that an alert? What's up, y'all? Take a moment to share the broadcast. Trying to do a little early morning audience building. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Good morning, everybody. Dang, y'all up. Dang, Felicia. You up early, cousin? Trying to be ahead of the game, y'all. All right, y'all, what's up? Take a moment, share the broadcast. What's up, y'all? Take a moment, share the broadcast. What up, Carmen? What up, Denise Russell? What up, Sonia Escabizi? What's up, YouTube? So if y'all take a moment, share the broadcast. What up, y'all? Okay. How y'all feeling? Good stuff? Good stuff? I'm feeling good this morning. Let me see. Let me go to elections 2019. Give me back the map. All right, y'all. Take a moment, share the broadcast, share the broadcast, share the broadcast. I want to see the ward breakdown. Let's go to election 2019. All right. All right, y'all. Take a moment, share the broadcast. How y'all feeling this morning? Who's rocking with me this morning? All right, already? Let's see. What up, Oscar? What up, Double Jizzle? Don't forget, Hitler gets 20. What up, Carmen Coburn? What up, Oscar? What up, Alonzo Johnson? What up, James Williams? What up, Deshaun McGee? What up, Inyota? What up, Felicia Lucas Miles? What up, Quasi Amoa? How y'all feeling this morning? Who is up on YouTube? Y'all not up, ready, rocking? All right, I am all set. I'm gonna go grab some coffee. And let's talk, man. We need to, what y'all think? Did y'all check me on Fox yesterday? Anybody catch me on Fox? See, man, y'all be tripping. Catch your man on Fox. I'll be on Windy City Live today. If anybody wants to go, let me know, and I'll send your name in if you want to come to the show today. Hit me back. It's your man, Maze Jackson. Yes, I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, y'all. Don't forget to download this episode of Uncomfortable Conversations. Uh-oh, it's time. It's time to get started. Y'all ready? Take a moment, share the broadcast. Share broadcast. Do we have any audio from? Push? Yeah. I have like 45 seconds. That's cool. Just give me something. Work together. I tried looking for black. I couldn't really find black. Black. I heard community. Oh, the community. Y'all, we gotta stop that community stuff. We going back to it. Black. Well. You better shop around. Oh yeah. Uh. Oh yeah. All right, I just sent y'all some show run dizzounds. Wake up. What happened? Man. Let's see who is rocking with me. Woo. Trying to get my mind working, y'all. That's all. What up, Tiger? What up, Dwight Allen? What up, Laverne Smith? What up, Rhonda Spry Payne? What up, Oscar? What up, Carmen? Carmen. Let's see who else is watching now. Al Kabir J. Oh, what up, JV? What up, James Shotwell? James, what you do at the county, man? What up, Melissa Harper? I was on the 9 a.m., Melissa. I was actually on the 9:30. Good Day, Chicago. They actually asked me to come back every week. How cool would that be? What up? Ran into my boy Tone Capone, who we used to work together. Now he's on the afternoons at one of them other stations. Let's see. Who else is there? What up, Tony Romero? What up, Sarah Ware? Tony, didn't we meet this weekend? Huh? They did ask. I don't know if they gonna follow through, but they asked on air. She asked me on air, actually. I got a delay over here, my bad. No worries. No worries. What up? Deshaun McGee. You know, I was thinking, God taketh away and God giveth. So, when things don't go your way, don't be upset, because it's probably a reason. You dig? So I'm going to go and keep accepting these here blessings, because God has been raining on your boy. You know, I was thinking if we could get here early, we could do like a morning devotion. I'm going to start doing May's morning devotions, because we need some upliftment in the morning, too. What's up, Nidra? To everybody who is waiting on your gear, I'm sorry. It's coming. It's just I got to figure out how to connect this to it. How's everybody doing this morning? But I was thinking, what if we did morning devotions? I'm telling y'all, I'm going to start doing the church of what's in it for the black people on Sundays. Y'all going to laugh at me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Dang, James. We ain't know when you going to come on the show, man. When you coming on the show? What up, Annette Flournoy in the newsroom? What up, Shanita Muse? Right, Tony. Simon Edelman and I are going to be working on a cooking show. Actually, yesterday was my anniversary. Thank you. I was just thinking about that. It was so much going on. Y'all know yesterday was my anniversary? 2 years. Well, actually, yesterday was my 2-year anniversary for... Yesterday was my 2-year anniversary for being on the morning show. I'm going to really wait till the 17th. And then on the 17th, I'm going to celebrate for real, because that's when it became the Maze Jackson, the WVON morning show with Maze Jackson. But yes, y'all, yesterday was 2 years on the morning show. What up, Dwight Henderson? What up, WJG? Hey, did you see my response about what you were asking about me sharing on social? I'm pretty strategic about what I share and talk about on social. People are like, oh my God, you gave away the plan. No, I didn't give away the plan. I just want them to have something to think about, because that ain't really the plan. That's just the overlay for the underplay. You know what I'm saying? They don't know the real plan. But I got you. See, what you got to do, though, is you have to cause fear and intimidation in the hearts of your enemies. they have to, like sometimes you can win the fight before there's ever a fight. Like that's what's happened to us with white people, and we're gonna talk about that today, because y'all, I just did the math, and we got all the black positions. Hey, Sonia Tompkins, there is a list floating around here somewhere on social of all the black elected officials in Illinois. Like, I just need like from the top to Congress to whatever. But like we have, for instance, the lieutenant governor, the secretary of state. What else we got at the? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I want that just for Chicago. I want it for Chicago, Illinois. You don't need to give me the alderman because we got 20. We got a majority in the black caucus. I mean, in the city council now. We got 18 black. So I just want like the big title. So we got the state's attorney. Right. We got the attorney general. Right. We got the chief of police. Like we got all of this stuff. Mm-hmm. And it's like, how does it in 7 o'clock? I want to talk about like. We act like victims, and I'm saying but when I looked at that list, it's like we should be able to do every fucking thing. Right. Like every fucking thing. The problem is we're scary, and we're scared that we gonna get in trouble. But if y'all look around, like really the only way we could get in trouble is the feds. Right. Cause you got the prosecutors, right. You got the attorney general, you got the prosecutors. Like right now, it's like, think about this. If you woke up and all the black people was like, if every black power player got in a room and looked around and said, hold the fuck up. You mean to tell me we got the lieutenant governor, the secretary of state, the attorney general, the mayor, the county board president, the state's attorney. We got a majority in the black caucus in Springfield. We got a majority of the city council. What the fuck are we waiting on? That's right. Like, what the fuck? We are scared. Like, right now, we could just take out. They've had us scared to. But that's like slaves leaving. Won't leave. Right now, if everybody just pulled out their gun and said, we shooting everybody, what y'all gonna do? There's really nothing they could do. What really clicked in my head was when I read in the Sun-Times today that Bridget Gaynor and Larry Sufferton said that Tony messed up when she got away from her progressive roots and she needs to come back. She can make a recovery if she comes back. So basically what they saying is, we shot you, we wounded you. It's like the jailhouse, like the jailhouse story. Like when you go to jail and it's a bully over here that's gonna kick your ass, and then somebody comes and saves you and says, leave him alone. And then they rape you. Yeah. Right? That's what they trying to do to Tony. And so it's like, instead of doing that, let's say you come on this side of the team. Everybody come back in. Y'all should look at progressive right now and be like, what the fuck just happened? Yeah. Nobody should be progressive at this point. Okay, I gave away the show. Y'all got a preview. Sorry. Are you really calling me while I'm on air, man? You don't got it like that. I don't know.
Oh, yes, it's definitely a closed society, and we're going to make it an open society. And we feel that we have to do it this way in order to bring the evil out into the open, so that this community will be forced to deal with it.
Rise and shine. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Rise and shine on the WVON Morning Show. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Featuring Maze Jackson.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The WVON Morning Show.
I'm on fire this morning, y'all.
Call 773-591-1690.
Wake up! Y'all ready? Let's get this thing cracking. Kenny Johnson, what's up, KJ? You ain't forget the little people? It's good to see you, man. Me and VV was talking about you the other day like you don't even talk to the little people no more. It's good to see you, man. Hope everything is well. Come on through. Look, man, I'm at 800 South Wells, the old days. Kenny, I met you right upstairs for the first time. You was in the lobby, and so was Nikki. Remember that? Y'all, let's take a moment, share the broadcast. Let's get this thing cracking this morning. They're the ones who's coming up. Felicia, you really enjoyed the show? Thank you. I enjoy y'all listening. Better if we just let it be. No, 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 no. The world won't get no better. We gotta change it. Good morning, Chicago. Good morning, world. This is the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, and y'all, I am no longer shell-shocked. I am woke, ready, refired, and ready to get into this stuff. Because y'all, you know what? I woke up invigorated today. I woke up reinvigorated today. Reinvigorated on some Black Power stuff. I'm gonna tell y'all. I think we learned some stuff this weekend, and this week, and I'm gonna talk about it a lot today. Todd, I'm so fired up, man. I don't even know what to do. I'm ready to get the plane off the ground, but you know what? I can't get the plane off the ground if I don't say what's up to the morning show team. So let me start off by saying what's up to my co-host Todd Stroger. Todd, how you feeling this morning?
I haven't recovered from my twofer on Tuesday.
You know what, man? You know what? I'm gonna tell you. You gotta shake it off. You gotta shake it and make it go, because you know what, Todd? We living the dream, man. We living the dream.
This is the dream.
Just think about it, man. There was a time when nobody wanted to hear what you had to say. Now, it's like twice in a day, everybody was poised, tuned in, and wondered. And you know what?
That's true. I think even my wife was like, I've heard about it.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to tell y'all, we got a lot to talk about, because you know what? I was feeling some kind of way about this election, but I'm thinking like this. If we could apply black first to everything, do y'all understand black people are first in the state of Illinois right now? Like, if we could just be black first. Like, if everybody could think black first, everybody that's in play, we could run away with this whole state. Well, and they wouldn't even know.
We're talking truth to power already.
Man, well, I'm going to tell you what. We're going to be talking some truth to power today. I'm going to tell everybody. Let me tell you what. We're going to call this the Black Power Show. We're going to talk about Black Power. You make sure you call your friends, your family. Y'all tune in. You watch on Facebook Live. But we got to have a conversation. And you know what? I want the white folks to hear it too. Because I think they need, y'all, look, you know what? Y'all need to be a little nervous right now. A lot of people need to be a little bit nervous right now. I probably got to be careful, because this is how people get shot. This is how people get shot. No, I don't want to bring that up, but let me just tell y'all. Let's do this. Let's say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team first. What's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom? Annette, how you feeling this morning?
Radio this morning.
It is going to be on the and Facebook Live. You know, nowadays you can't have a revolution without Facebook Live. I'm going to tell you. Can I tell y'all something? Facebook Live is going to get somebody killed in one of these protests. Because I'm going to tell you, you can't be talking to the police and talking to the camera at the same time. When one of the guys got a gun, like, it'd be like, look, he got a gun on me. No, how about you? You know what? I'm a little crazy. Ooh, let me do this. Let me say what's up to the rest of the morning show team. Got to say what's up to the Wonder Twins. That's right, the Wonder Twins are in the studio. That is Miss Sonia Escobar and Miss Sonia Tompkins. Ladies, how are you feeling today? Who? You met kidnapped. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, kidnapped. You know what? That is a blast from the
kidnapped.
Now see, Todd. Now you just told on yourself. Kidnapped is the fine canine that Annette tries to tell us was wandering lost.
Oh yes,
right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, remember?
Yes.
She rescued it from behind the gate.
That everybody was supposed to take care of, right?
He's just, just so happy that I was just on the scene to rescue. And that took him in.
She took him in all right.
Organic dog food.
She took him in all right.
But his name is Frederick Douglass.
Oh, okay.
Frederick Douglass, the escape. He gonna be.
That's why I named him Frederick, because, he was around.
Set him free. All right, y'all. Well, let me tell y'all what. That means that we got the whole team. We got the whole flight crew ready to go. Let's get this soul plane up to 10,000 feet. Y'all ready? Take it to 10,000. Excuse me, did I say 10? We need to get to 50. I don't want to be flying low. I want to be flying high. Flying high. Speaking of flying high, you know what I saw last night? Again, half-baked.
I want to know why again.
I mean, because half-baked was
Even
a classic.
Dave Chappelle was like, you've seen the movies I'm in. Why would you want to see those things?
I'm going to tell you, half-baked was funny as all get up. Now, maybe it was because my cousin was half-baked, but it was funny. That movie was funny. And you know what it was crazy was? Yes! You're cool. See, that's classic. That was classic.
I'm going to have to watch it.
You're going to have to watch
I
it.
didn't watch all the way through before. Maybe I'll try to sit all the way.
Todd, you know what? It's almost 4:20. So maybe what you do is you wait until 4:20. We'll get you some gummy bears, and then you go watch it. And I bet you'll be cracking up. You will think it's the funniest thing you've ever seen. Have you ever had gummy bears, Todd?
You mean just like regular gummy bears?
No, I'm talking about like infused gummy bears.
No.
Now, you know we have a celebration on 420, right? You know on 420, we have a whole food fest here in the morning show, and people drop off stuff that you could imagine if they infused it. It's not infused. At least that's what they tell us.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you. You know what? Wait till 420. We're going to have to talk about that. We're going to have to watch Half Baked. Anyway, let me do this. Let me get to my headlines because I got a lot to talk about today. All right, so today, y'all remember that movie The Day After?
Yes.
Remember when The Day After came out and everybody was like, they set it up, it was so terrifying, and I was like,
bleak.
that is the epitome of bleak. It was like that white. You know, I thought we were going to have a nuclear explosion. I thought the world was going to end after I saw The Day After. But guess what, Todd? There was a day after the day after. And you know what? After the day after, I was like, you know what? It's going to be okay. And that is exactly how I feel now about the mayoral election. I when it's the day before, like, you know how you know somebody and you prepared? If you've been used to being under the reign of a tyrannical boss, you kind of used to it. So you just know what to expect. Then when it all changes up, you're like, oh my God, things are changed. I don't know what to do. Right? Well, Todd, I woke up after I saw Tony Preckwinkle, and I was not sure if they were both going to show up to Operation Push. And I'm not sure that Madam President is all good right now.
Probably not.
I mean, I think that whooping yesterday is probably something that is probably a wound liquor. Mm-hmm. Like, Todd, what did you, when you and her ran, what did you get? Do you remember?
What? You mean numbers?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember, but it wasn't good.
But I don't think it was less than 20.
It's like Bill Clinton said, I tried never to read good press or bad press.
Okay.
And so I didn't want to be depressed.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I can imagine that after taking a drubbing like that, there would be a little attitude. I still feel like she got a little, I think, when you have that much animosity going on across the campaigns, it's a lot of just tension that's still there. But
but it's more pain than anger.
Well, it's pain for one person and it's joy for the other one.
Yeah,
right? Because it's like the other person is in bliss. Like, you can be mad if you want to. Hey! Well, I'm going to tell you what. Kudos to Madam President Tony Preckwinkle. Kudos to Mayor-elect Lori Lightfoot for both honoring their words, showing up at Operation Push, and healing. Well, now I'm not gonna say burying the hatchet, but at least shaking hands. Look, you know what? I need a clock in this room. It's the Talk of Chicago, 1690. We'll be back after traffic and the weather.
More of the morning show.
Jesus, I need a clock. I need a visible clock. I look up at 6:20. How did I get to 6:20?
Well, it was quick.
3 minutes over like that. Maybe that Martin Luther King thing threw me off. Today he was. Wake up.
You're right, though. It's gotta be a clock.
We need a big clock. I just need to be somewhere in the vicinity. You got the camera.
No, it should be like right there.
Yeah.
A clock that's always in your eyes, so you know exactly what time it is.
Wake up!
Precision. Oh man, I had a tough night. Ate late, like 9 o'clock. Then I'm in bed.
You said you ate late at 9 o'clock. That's what time I start cooking.
PM? What time you get in bed?
11:30.
Holy crap, there's no way.
11:30, 12 o'clock.
I'd never be able to survive.
What do you mean?
I'd die.
Why?
At night?
11:30?
Yeah, what time do you wake up?
4.
No, I couldn't live like that. I'd die.
And then the crazy part is, I'm gone the whole time.
Yeah, shoot. I fell asleep on my mother. She was talking to me and she said, "Hello!"
Bro, you calling me on? Okay, you don't get to. You like only certain people do I answer.
I even had a nightmare. I call it was more of a dream because I wouldn't. But plants were killing people. It was crazy. And not the good old fashioned way. They weren't grabbing you by your neck and squeezing you. They were taking their stalks and stuffing them down your throat. It was rough. Like, I'm glad it's time to get up. Shoot. Now I'm reading about all these progressives.
Man, did you read that? Like when I read, first of all, did you that article?
About the guy who didn't vote for him?
Yes.
Yes, I read that article. I was like, man, this guy's actually right on about their campaign as I saw it.
But the hit.
But dang.
That's what I said. But damn. Right. Like, see, that's why that progressive. That's what progressive get your ass. Y'all, I'm a progressive. They progressed your ass right up out your seat.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck up out of here. Black people, the next black person that walk up to me talking about progressive, I'm gonna show them Tony Preckwinkle's numbers.
Right.
I'm gonna be like, this is what the fuck progressive gets you. Excuse my language.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what I say about progressives. They don't trust black people. So if they see anything that they think is not 100%, they through with you. You know, I mean, you could do things if you were like Mayor Daley, because he was all powerful. He could do things that they didn't like, and the next election, he'd sweep on through. So, but you know, black people, we don't have that kind of opportunity. We make something that they would deem as a mistake, that just lives with them until the next election, so they can just kind of sweep you out, which is what Kim Fox's problem is. They're like, okay, now we found a mistake, let's just make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, so it engulfs her and she can't survive from the suffocation. So that's what she's fighting right now. I was listening to some station, I don't know what it was, passing through, and some caller came on and he was talking about her, but he wasn't talking about the Smollett case. He was saying that she lets people go who should be put in jail. Basically, he's going through the line that Smollett is just one case. She doesn't prosecute enough. And because of that, police officers have been in danger. So, you know, they're creating their story. I was saying that I was listening to something, and a guy came on and he said that Kim Fox is not prosecuting enough people, and she has made it dangerous for police officers. So they are making their story and they're trying to expand it so people will be against her in this upcoming election.
Did you see that all the police chiefs, all the suburban police chiefs are issuing a letter today in a press conference of no confidence against Kim?
Really?
Yes, all of them. The bad part is, it's like, and they got some watery responses. They got some watery responses. Boom, 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 You are tuned in to the Top Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is my co-host, Todd Stroger. Yo, Todd.
Maze.
This is the Black Power Show. I'm telling you, that's why. So you know what? You got to find me some X-Clan, some Poor Righteous Teachers, some Eric B. and Rakim, because y'all,
You're going to have a hard time finding some X-Clan that you can actually play.
Vanglorious.
Yeah.
This is
After that,
protected.
you're going to have to stop.
You can't say, you not even can't even say you sissies. Then the next thing you know, I'm going to be getting,
Oh, you're right. That'll be.
Are we going to be getting in trouble for that?
That'll be homophobic. You should have just said it.
Ah, well, you said it too.
I
You
did
said it,
not.
you're going to get in trouble. Yes, you did. I didn't say what?
Sissies.
Ah, you said it. I got you. You're homophobic. You're homophobic. You're homophobic. You're homophobic. I'm sorry. Let me stop. I'm just being a little crazy this morning. All right, y'all. Take a moment, share the broadcast. We are live. Let me run through a few headlines. Hey, y'all, check this out. Today, I will be on Windy City Live. Check me out. If any of you all are interested in going, please feel free to inbox me. They tell me every time I come. If you want to come, just give us a list of names. So if anybody is interested in going to Windy City Live today, hit me on Facebook Live. Go to my Facebook
Is that
page.
on State Street?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, 190 North State Street, you know. So if you are interested in going to see me today on Windy City Live, or you're just interested in going to Windy City Live, you can either inbox, text, or tweet me, and I will get you on the list. I'll take the top 10 people. So you can go to the Maze Jackson page. And
Told you you're famous.
I'm not famous, man. I'm not. But I was on Fox yesterday. Fox 32.
I can't even bring 10 people home.
What? Well, you better not bring 10 people home. You know there ain't gonna be no space. Then people be trying to put their feet on your couch, all type of stuff. Nah, man, don't put 10 people in the house. Also, I was catching me on Fox 32 yesterday where I was giving a recap of the election as well. Hey, Todd, they be asking me what I think sometimes. I bet you, and one of these days I'm gonna be important around this piece. So yesterday, Lori met the people. She went to see the people. Then she saw Tony. Then she went to meet the mayor. Then she went to see him. I got Eddie Johnson, who was actually on the live line with us yesterday. I do want to point out that I missed my 2-year anniversary. I was so busy telling y'all about this stuff that I missed my 2-year anniversary of being on the morning show, which was yesterday.
Oh, wow.
So it was my 2-year anniversary of being on the morning show, but I'm going to celebrate in 2 weeks because that is when I actually became the host of the morning show. So kind of like I started out as like the sidekick, and then within 2 weeks I was kind of like the man in them. All right, then I'm gonna have another anniversary of an exodus, but we'll talk about that at a different time. Robert Mueller probe. The House is now subpoenaing the probe. I am just ready for this thing to be over.
Yeah, me too.
I'm just tired of it.
It's luster.
Can I point out something too? There's a third man arrested in the shooting of the off-duty cop, Jaquan Washington is the third person. They are saying that they decided they were going to shoot the first Latino that they saw. I really am concerned about that narrative, especially considering the number of Latinos that are graduating from police academy. All right, Joe Biden. You know what I'm starting to think? If you are over 60 years old and you have been in the U.S. House or Senate, you got a Me Too waiting. So you might want to.
Are you saying everybody's got
You
something
might.
now?
You might want to consider. You might want to consider if you want to run, or you need to have like an ultimate mea culpa that says, "Hey, to all the ladies I touched, fondled, breathed, sniffed their hair, may have groped. I apologize. I apologize." Get your Anita Baker on. Just check this out. You must know the jails in Alabama are bad when the Justice Department condemns you. That's like crazy. They said you walk around the jails in Alabama, you getting raped, robbed, pillaged. They like it's all day, every day. You just, man, that was like
that's old time. Alabama has always been a terrible place for
black people.
Well, yeah, but black people who were arrested, it's like twice as bad.
Check this out. We got the Kim Fox pile on. Black folks, I don't know if you saw, but the FOP issued a vote of no confidence today. All of the suburban Cook County police chiefs will issue a letter of no confidence in Kim Foxx. Let me tell y'all what. When white people, what my man Kang Mufasa Red says, white supremacy is a team sport. He says white supremacy is a team sport.
I don't know who he is, but he's smart.
Kang Mufasa Red, he is a member of the Lions Den. He's all the way in Houston, but he watches us every day.
Okay.
He was like, white supremacy is a team sport. And if you mean to tell me that over Jussie Smollett, the handling of Jussie Smollett, they are now telling me every suburban police chief is now saying that they have no confidence in Kim Foxx. Hey, y'all, this is why this is going to be the Black Power show. This is why this is going to be the Black Power show. Because, like, these white people, like, they walking around here like we in the Wild Wild West. Hey, y'all, we got the power right now. We got all the power, for the most part.
Yeah.
And we still acting scared. I need Senate President Emo Jones to come in today. Now, if you are up, Senate President, I sent you a text. I need you to come in because we got to talk about some power issues. But, last thing before we go to break. Todd, in an example of just how bad Tony Preckwinkle's campaign operation was, they won 20 precincts total out of 2,069. I'm going to tell you like this. If I was Tony Preckwinkle, I would be firing a whole hell of a lot of people. We're going to talk about it all because I got some more.
Trying to get that guy who didn't vote for you?
Yeah, right. You know what? Let's talk about it all when we come back because I got a social media question of the day that's going to knock your socks off. It's Talk Chicago 1690. We'll be back. Man.
You know what part of this is you need a leader. You do need a leader for everything. So there's got to be somebody that black people can rally around. Even the black elected officials need somebody who will take the reign and say, look, I'm going to be talking about these issues. I'm going to have press conferences. I'm going to do what's necessary for people to hear our issues. And I need you guys to show up and be there. I don't mind being the bad guy. I'll take whatever the punishment might be. But I need you people behind me, so when we talk about our issues, people know that this is something serious. Just like this press conference Nate was talking about, not press conference, but the vote of no confidence that the chief of police are supposed to send out about Kim Foxx. They're going to do that in some kind of numbers. I mean, there's like 129 villages. We'll see how many people actually do it, but you know. If you get even if you get a small number of people doing it, it's going to be the big headlines and bad headlines for her. And now it's that steady drum roll, a steady leaky faucet where people will hear her name, but it'll always be something in a negative fashion. You just keep that up to the election, and then the election, they hit the knockout punch.
And so the challenge here becomes, after watching the Tony Preckwinkle debacle, nobody is scared. Everybody is like, we can take that. Like, the problem is now, with a whooping like that, they like, she ain't got no defense. They saying, if they couldn't defend the crown, they really can't defend a knight or a rook. And she ain't a rook. Kim is one of them things, a bishop or whatever you want to call it.
Rook's pretty powerful. So.
Okay. I don't know I never played. So I don't know how to play chess. Not in real life. I know how to play political chess.
Yeah.
And so here's the problem. The problem is, and this is what I was talking about yesterday, you allowed a completely inexperienced, undeveloped staff to carry the flag of what is supposed to be the most powerful organization political organization in the state. You allowed them, they did not put up a valiant fight where people feel like, damn, I even got to think about fighting that person because I'm going to be inflicted with some terrible damage. Even if I win, it could be I could take a mortal wound. Right now, they like, man, we could beat that ass We could beat that ass, keep them alive, and turn them into our little slaves and sex toys because y'all ain't got no defense. It's like when I see that the big bully can't fight, everybody gonna be taking licks.
Right.
And guess what? You ain't, until you make a power move and say, you know what? I'm putting the bullies on I'm gonna go recruit me a goon squad that can fight back. Guess what? They gonna keep on whooping y'all ass. Now, the thing is, will black people sit back and watch her get her ass kicked? Because the ass kicking of Tony now is really a precursor to the ass kicking of Kim.
Yes.
Which then becomes a precursor to the ass kicking of Kwame.
Right.
Which then becomes the ass kick. Because see, if it's me, remember what I told you? You kill the freaking dog. You go back and you kill everything. You remove all of the history. You take everything they got, you burn, and you do like in 300. So they won't even remember you existed. I mean, it's what's happening right now. And then what they tell you is you can save yourself by coming back and paying penance to the white people who just did you. Come on in. And then the next thing you do is they invite you into the cell, and then they lock it. And now instead of being with the brothers and being able to have a say, you now locked in the cell with the white supremacists, and they all passing you around. Does that make sense? See, I watch too much Oz.
Shoot, Oz was based on some true stuff.
Man, remember when old boy was there and Adebisi was on him? The white boy that was a drunk driver and killed somebody?
I didn't watch Oz.
Okay, well, Oz, the white boy, was drunk. I mean, he drunk driver and he killed somebody. And he got put in a cell with the big black homosexual gangster.
Oh.
And the black homosexual gangster was planning. He was decorating the cell and planning to, he was like, oh, when I do you, it's going to be, you're going to love it.
Yeah, this is home. We're
Welcome.
a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
So then he tried to team up with the white supremacists. Schillinger. So Schillinger was like, leave him alone. I got you. And then the white supremacists got him. And then on the last so he's like, get him switched to my cell. And so he's like, come on, you can come in my cell. And you're now switched to my cell. Man.
Now he's in an abusive relationship.
Now he was, so this is how the scene ends. So he switches to the cell, like he's out of Adebisi's. He's like, man, thank you for everything. He was like, oh, you're welcome. Let me show you how you pay me back. It ends with the white boy laid across Schillinger's lap, naked, and Schillinger is branding him with a Nazi tattoo on his ass as he prepares to have sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that is what is going to happen right now if we don't deal. Poor righteous teachers. You're like a more a peace sign. Y'all know nothing about that. Oh.
No, I don't.
Rock this funky joint. Funky joint. Rock that funky joint. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Sitting in with me is former Cook County Board President Ty Stroger. Ty, what you doing, man? You knocking your, you bopping your head to poor righteous teachers? What you know about that?
Nothing, but I like it. It comes off well. I mean, I can understand what he's saying. You know, I like rap that actually says something besides I'm going to hit somebody.
See, this is my era, man. Like, this was when it was all good, when this is when they were like, man, hip-hop was bringing people together, and then it was super conscious. You know what you got to play? I Used to Love Her. Because that tells the whole story of what happened. When white folks knew we could use this tool to bring this back together, make sure you get some self-destruction in that joint, too. Like, we got to get all of that, all in the same gang. I feel it all coming, right? There was a time when we was like, we used hip-hop to pull it all together. And then that's when they was like, oh, we not signing no more of y'all. No more poor righteous teachers. Right. No more, y'all go kill each other. Death row it is.
Yeah.
Well, look.
In fact, I remember there was kind of like if you didn't say anything violent or against women, oh, well, that's light rap. That's, who wants
right.
to listen
You
to
saw right. I used to love her, man. Common detailed the whole thing. Look, y'all. Let's get to it. It's the social media question of the day. Maze Jackson, Todd Stroger. Hey, y'all. Check this out. So Tuesday night, Tony Preckwinkle took a political drubbing like I have not seen in modern Chicago political history. The last time I think we saw something close to that was Mayor Daley versus Paul Jakes.
Oh, yeah.
that was a bad one. Yeah. That was kind of bad, but never have I seen something like this. But to her credit, Madam President was up at the Unity meeting yesterday, and as I watched the post-mortem coverage, what I said would happen has already begun. The countdown. And just like in the jailhouse movies, I've been using this analogy on Facebook Live, but just like in the jailhouse movies, white people are now setting Toni Preckwinkle up to prey on her. Y'all ever watched them jailhouse movies where the big bad guys come to the lunchroom and he say, give me you want your, what you say?
Your biscuit.
You want that biscuit. You want your fruit cocktail. Give me your fruit cocktail. You want your cornbread, right? And
cornbread.
Right. And then you got to make a decision. Do I give the bully my cornbread and know that he's going to be taking it from me for the rest of the time that I'm here? And not only will he be taking my cornbread, he will be taking my manhood. Well, that is what I am seeing right now. So check this out. The Progressive Caucus, Toni Preckwinkle spent 20-something years building her solid progressive credentials. Would you agree?
Yeah, but back then when she started, she was an independent Democrat.
Right, that she will be to the day she dies.
Right.
I saw that on the TTW special was pretty dope. But now that independent, it became morphed into progressive, and that was when you saw her joining all these caucuses. She was actually a founder of the Progressive Caucus. Well, and she until this election, Toni Preckwinkle was probably one of the most popular black people with white people you ever saw in your life.
Right.
Right? They loved her, which is why she catered to them.
That University of Chicago thing.
That University of Chicago, that Jan Schakowsky, Northside, that Deborah Shore LGBT thing. It was like they had like a whole little connect.
Uh-huh.
And then she woke up on election day and saw that connect was gone. Matter of fact, Toni Preckwinkle won only 20 precincts out of 2,069. That means that Lori Lightfoot won 2,049 precincts. That means that Toni Preckwinkle lost her home ward. Yeah. Her home ward.
She probably won some precincts in
the
8th ward because the 8th ward is tough.
Actually, she didn't.
Huh?
No, she won. No, she didn't. She won 20 precincts in the fourth ward where she lives. Okay, but first of all, let me just say this: if I was the 4th ward alderman, the 3rd ward alderman, the 5th and the 6th ward alderman, even though the 5th and 6th had their issues, and they have been, let me tell you what, y'all got some splaining to do. Like, politically, see, this is the problem right now. There's no political accountability. None. What the hell have you been doing for the last 4 years that you can't win no precincts. Why you laughing, man? Because you know I'm right. But
well, there's no organization. They don't actually literally work together to try to do things. So, it makes it hard to get people to come around if you're not always telling them something.
So let me tell you what I saw in the paper. I saw in the paper, first of all, whoever was the campaign volunteer from Tony Preckwinkle, or staffer from Tony Preckwinkle's campaign that went to the newspaper and said not even you voted for it, you shady as all get up. That is just shade. Because you just don't do that. But here's the other thing that cracked me up. Larry Sufferton, and Bridget Gaynor is my girl, but I know she know how to climb the ladder. Both of them, well, one of them, they said she can come back. But you've got to go back to your progressive credentials.
What does that mean?
That means come back and kiss some more white people's butt so they can stab you in the back again. So, first part of the Black Power show today is, what lessons should black politicians learn from Tony's loss? You know what else you need to find? Because I want to go out to this. You find Flavor Flav, you can't trust it. See, here's the problem. And I'm going to tell you that I've said this, and this has been my life experience. White people have a moment when they have black friends when they got to make a choice. And usually that choice is between black and white. And 99.9999 times, they're going to choose white. Now, in this race, Tony Preckwinkle essentially became the black candidate. Lori Lightfoot essentially became the white candidate. Mm-hmm. And guess what? All them 28 years of I'm a progressive black Democrat. I hear young Democrats walking around talking about that. I hear, you go to the party now and people talk about they progressive this, progressive that. Well, guess what? What did it get you? So here's the question. What lessons should black politicians learn from Tony's loss? She only won 20 precincts, y'all. Being a progressive. If it ain't nothing that tells you better be black than that, then you ain't learned no lesson. Look, we'll talk about it all when we come back to Talk Chicago. You can't trust it.
Look at your email I sent you for that request. You wanted it 7 See if that's what you're talking about. I just sent it, so refresher what you're talking
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yo. So, give us a call, 7. We ain't got no calls. Y'all gotta call me. Call me and tell me, what should we learn? What lessons should black politicians learn from Tony's loss? Do you think she could go? Look, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all what. The next black person that walks around talking about they're progressive, we should give them Tony Preckwinkle's numbers. Seriously. This is what progressive gets you. So everybody made fun of Willie Wilson for being country, but he won every black ward. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he could have beat Lori Lightfoot, but I bet you this. He would have been more representative of the black people I bet you he would have kept it, I bet you Willie Wilson would have been more reflective of black people, and that loss wouldn't have been like that. See, I think Tony put herself in a position where she had nowhere to go. She couldn't even come back black. It's like you can't do 12 years, 6 years, 8 years of skipping over people. It's like people remember. And so now the key is, do you go back and kiss their ass, or do you say, I'm coming home and I got the bag with me, and you cut all their ass off, what does she have to lose? See, I would choke out everybody that's working against me right now. I would choke their ass out. So if your family was at the protest against Kim Fox, and you got jobs at the county that's exempt, they gotta go. Bye. Start making people count. Man, I would have a purge like a mug. I would fire everybody on my campaign team. I probably keep Kim Bennett. But the rest of your people can't even bring you nothing. What can they bring you? Ty, we're gonna give you the camera. Look at, I bet you Ty got more votes than Tony.
Man, that was a tough election. This anti-establishment thing, I guess that's really what's going on.
Well, now it's gonna be anti-establishment because we are the establishment.
Well,
if you look,
black people, that's the whole problem. Black people are always looked at as the establishment, mostly because we're looked at as pawns to powerful white people.
Right.
So, when you don't have any power, you work with people who have power, hoping that they'll give you something.
Yep. But now we got the power. We've been elected to it, but we scared to use it, and we beholden to white folks. Right now, man, yo.
Yeah, instead of making our own.
Instead of being like, right, check this out. If the white people had as much power as we have right now politically, do you know they would put us back in slavery? And they'd be like, "There's nothing."
They would definitely be a crap for it.
I'm saying,
if a great push.
What when Madigan gets all the power, he ain't worried about what you think.
Nope.
Cause guess what? He got the votes to do it.
Right.
If you can't stop it, fuck public opinion.
And he will tell you, I will be good for everybody. That's why I need to be powerful.
Yes.
And he's not afraid to say it.
I should have ran. Y'all gonna have to get on the radio too. La 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 dee la 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 la. Y'all would be like, I don't know, it's You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me is former Cook County Board President Todd Stroger. And Todd, I'm asking, what lessons should black politicians learn from Tony's loss? Hell, what lessons should black people learn from Tony's loss? I'm going to tell you like this. You never win teaming up against your own team. That's what I say.
No, I agree with you. The question is, do you realize that this is your team?
Exactly. Like, see, here's the thing. I think Tony got confused, and she's confused a lot of people. Todd, can I tell you, this summer, I used to hear people, I would talk to people, and they would, black people, and they would tell me I'm a progressive Democrat that believe. I'm like, wait a minute, you were in the Cook County Democratic Party, what the hell you mean I'm a progressive Democrat?
Right.
You know what progressive means for black people? You getting fired.
That's right.
That's what it means. It means
and
that
they're going to hire a whole bunch of lawyers and consultants
yes.
to figure out why they should fire you, and that's where all the money goes.
Exactly. Right? They're going to do a feasibility study, and they're going to say, it's not feasible for your black girl to keep that job.
That's it.
We should outsource that to a law firm. Right? And then, you remember your boy, the good Reverend Dr. We Shall Overcome Forrest Claypool?
Yes.
He was a progressive.
I worked under him once.
You worked under him?
Oh, yeah, at the Park District.
How was that?
Yeah, he came in swinging the what's that? The sip.
Yes.
Yes, he cut down a lot of wheat. Let me just say.
Cut down wheat being you, black people. And I am going to tell you that. Think about this. All of Tony's team, white progressives. Can I tell you what? The white boy progressives that are no longer with the team, guess what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna get more work because white progressives are gonna say, "Oh, you shouldn't have been with her anyway. We'll take care of you." Meanwhile, Negroes will be. Let's go to the phone lines. Johnny, you're on Talk Chicago, 1690 AM. But Johnny, I'm gonna tell you what, you about to run out of phone calls if I don't get my ribs soon.
Hey, it's a pleasant stronger. I did some cooking out of depression. I did a pan of wings yesterday. So, really here waiting if you want some. I voted for Preckwinkle, and what's funny is, like you said, who outside of Hyde Park, and so not even Hyde Park, but I'm going to own up to it. But one thing that I noticed, I did some last minute, just shooting and stuff, trying to help. Where were her exempt people?
Oh, no.
Actually from the county, because, in the Stroger administration, it was a familial kind of thing where, goodness gracious, you felt like it was your duty to help because you were working toward something for the collective. So, I asked this cat for some business cards twice, never had them, and this was not a person of color.
Of course. Well, see, and the white boys that was hanging around, they was like, man, they trying. See, the white boys figured it out. They was like, well, she's still gonna be the county board president, and so she's gonna come on back to being progressive, and we can still get the rest of our money and go help Lori. See, here's my thing, and Johnny, I think you hit on something that we're gonna talk about in the next hour or two, which is where are the exempt positions? Ty, I'm going to ask you about exempt positions in the next break. But Tony has a lot of people that she is giving jobs to that she has political reasons to give to. My timeline should have been flooded. I should have seen people, there should have been people working like their lives depended on. When you were running, even when the whole world was coming against you, the Stroger soldiers, oh no, they was all fighting. That's why your man Double J was like, man, we to the end. Let's go to Tommy. Tommy on Talk Chicago, 1690.
Well, first of all, Maze and Tom, let me say good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tommy.
I just want to tell you that I'm still sad. And I'm sad simply because none of this stuff y'all talking about right now is giving any illumination to what's supposed to happen in these black communities. And sadly, when you stop and you look at the fact that anytime these suburban police chiefs can all get together and come up with a no confidence vote against Kim Foxx, I think the writing is pretty much on the wall. And the only thing that Chicago is going to be talking about is that you had black people in these positions and still nothing changed. So at the end of the day, I think the name of this show ought to be Black Reality. It's called Skip You.
Ooh, Tommy be telling us, boy. Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Well, we're gonna get to the illumination a little bit later, but you know what? It's called the setup. You gotta put the foundation down before you go. All right, let me take Janie. Janie on the Talk Chicago, 1690.
Hi, I just wanted to say we have to realize that the white code exists and they stay plotting on black people. I've been working with white people since I was 16 years old. And there's a meeting before the meeting with you, and there's a meeting after the meeting with you.
Right.
We just have to stay focused on this thing and just realize that's the reality we're in.
Hey, y'all. This is the WVON Morning Show. We'll be back after traffic, news, and the weather.
The talk of Chicago and the voice of the nation. 1690 W.
All right, y'all. Take a moment. Share the broadcast. Next up, we're going to talk about Black Chicago, what now? So we got a black LGBTQ mayor. But I'm going to say if you take off the LGBTQ and don't focus on it, we got a black mayor. We got a black Cook County board president. We got a black state's attorney. We got a black attorney general. We got a black secretary of state. We got a majority of the city council is now black. Right, not a majority, but the largest caucus in city council now is black. The black caucus just added 2 members. We've got 3 members of Congress. We have got so much politically, right? The black caucus in Springfield is the largest caucus in Springfield outside of the Democratic caucus, So now what you got is you got a person on the seat of every board. At the MWRD, you have 3 black women that are 3 black women, Asian, and you got 3 black women on the board. Let's just put it that way. And a president. $1.6 billion budget. Right now, even as she does, and I'm going to use Carrie as the example, even as she's doing that, the white people are now conspiring to limit the power and limit what she can do because now she's the president. Now, the rules have been the same.
Thing they did with Washington. They tried the same thing with Mayor Washington.
And they did it to you.
Oh, yeah,
They did it to you. So what happens is the black people get to power, and now the white people want to change the rules. Well, I'm saying, let's fucking put the smack down on them. Like, and I'm not saying it like hostile, but it's like, when is anybody benevolent to us when they have the power?
Right.
They're not. And so right now, right, man, please. Okay, so you want to, all the police departments want to put a vote of no confidence up, but you need to you still got crime in the suburbs and you still need a state's attorney? Okay. So you want to be part of the Midlothian Police Department and you want to sign off on that letter of no confidence and y'all just killed the off-duty. You sure you want to do that, Midlothian? Are you sure? Okay. Are you sure? Because if I was the Midlothian Police Department, I would probably be thinking twice about signing that. Right? If I was anywhere that there was a police shooting or murder or killing that we haven't understood and you sign that letter, I'm going to show you some investigation. Yeah, you get me what I'm saying? Like, they punking you and you got the stick. That's what I'm saying. So you can't, like Tony Preckwinkle has to come home. So now, Tony Preckwinkle needs to send a signal to all these white people that I ain't a punk. She needs to replant with black people. She got 3 years left. Why is Daley still the head of the finance committee? Why isn't Stanley Moore? Seriously. Like, why wouldn't we take the power? Why wouldn't we take all the power positions? So if Tony Preckwinkle got screwed, like, unscrew. So, like, to me, the reason that, and no shade to John Daley, but if John Daley, who has been the most powerful or perceived to be one of the most powerful committeemen from the mighty 11th Ward, let's just look at what the 11th Ward did for Tony Preckwinkle. Let's just look. I'm going to show y'all how this works. So, the 11th Ward. The 11th Ward, where John Daley, who has the finance committee of the county, Lori Lightfoot got 6,157 votes. Tony Preckwinkle got 2,115 votes. Does that warrant being? What do you lose there? And what do you gain by putting someone like Stanley Moore in that spot? You get a leg up on giving a black person the next shot at being the head of the. What does it also do? It protects you from them deciding that they're going to leak all of the finance stuff that may have happened while you were there. Y'all don't want to do nothing though. What y'all want to do is be victims. There should be a bloodletting. Like that, Tony Preckwinkle should have a red wedding. If you watch Game of Thrones, there should be a red wedding. She should invite all of her exempt employees to a meal. This is how I would do it. I would invite all my exempt employees to a meal. and I would have all of their addresses with all of their precinct totals and turnouts. I would say all the black people move to this side of the room. Think about it. Think about that. All the black people, y'all sit y'all ass on this side of the room. We got a different conversation. Y'all got something to pay, some penance to pay too. But right now, right here. Then I go down my list and I say I cross-reference my list with whether your sponsor, your chief, your whoever supported me, and what did they do to support me. Wait, you got a $144,000 a year job, Marcelino? But your boss who put you in the game endorsed my opponent? While y'all trying to fake like y'all helping me, but you didn't get shit in your precinct? Give me that $144,000 a year job. I need that.
Right.
Now you black person over here, go meet with him on Monday, and pick up find out because he gonna be giving me his resignation. What's the press gonna do? Put a bad story in the paper? So what? They was gonna do it anyway.
Right.
So now imagine being the white people on the other side of the line, and you do 50% of it. You just whack 50% of it. And you leave the other 50 and they sitting there like, oh my God. Oh my God. They are suspended in terror. All these people move up to spots and white people say, you know what? We still got 3 more years to deal with Tony Preckwinkle. Guess what? I don't want that smoke.
But on the other hand, Max, I have to say that total fear never truly works.
That's why you saved 25%.
You got to show some love, though.
That's the black people. Show the black people some love who you been dissing.
Ignorant brothers.
Trying to rob and steal from one another. You get caught in the midst. So to crush that stereotype, here's what we did. We got ourselves together so that we could unite and fight for what's right. Not negative, cause the way we live is positive. We don't kill our relatives. Pop, 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 who shot, who's to blame? Headlines, front name, raps the name. MC the light here to state the bottom line. The rag on black crime was way before our time. Took a brother's life with a knife as his wife cried cause he died a trifling death as he left his very last breath.
Well, I slept, so watch your step. Oh, I'm not good like you.
But you gangbang.
From the Ku Klux Klan. Shouldn't have to run.
I'm a black man, cause that's
Self-destruction. You had it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You had it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You had it for self-destruction. Self-destruction. You had it. Cuatro.
whole $10 scotch tape with a razor blade taped to your collar.
And the nozzle on. And she lights on the microphone.
Baxing and maxing. I didn't understand why brothers don't be maxing. There's only one. Just go, don't close one more. You ain't guarding the door. So what you got a gun for? Do you run the rich and give to the poor? Yo, daddy, yo.
School him some more.
I'm flying, daddy, yo.
Back from
Jail and gotta go.
And tomorrow you'll be
Behind bars in the worst way. Cause you're locked away. Do you really think crime pays?
You little sucker.
Talking all that jazz. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me, is my man, Todd Stroge. I'm sorry, y'all.
I put that on repeat.
You put that on repeat.
Yeah.
You know the words to that one?
Not like you. I can see where you used to be a rapper.
I wanted to be a rapper. They booed me off the stage. I used to try to freestyle. I tried to be a dancer. They was like, bro, you got 2 left feet. I tried to be everything, and then eventually I wound up becoming a promoter. All right, y'all. Take a moment, share the broadcast. Let me say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom, as well as Miss Sonia Escobar and Sonia Tompkins. Now, Todd, I'm gonna keep. This is the Black.
We urge to merge. We live for the love of our people in the hopes they get along.
Oh, we urge to merge. We live for the love of our people. And yeah, I like that. That's Chuck D.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Then at the end, we're going to do some We Are the World, too. We are the world. Hey, y'all. Let's go to the phone lines, and then I'm going to move on to my next topic in this Black Power edition. Let's go to Art. Art, you on the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. What's up, Art?
Young man, hello to your co-host. Got your time, a few more minutes to get it in there. But let me say this to Brother Tom. I have a lot of respect for him. But at the end of the day, it sounds like that people want to continue this conspiratory thinking that somehow that white folks is coming after Kim Fox. I don't believe that. I think it's just a few people making a big crumbs about it. This is why the reason I'm saying that. When the election was going on, the all the pundits, all the people that was on the radio, Dorothy Tillman every day, people's calling every day talking about we gotta get behind Kim Fox. They finna take her out. We gotta get behind her. The boogeyman's coming. Now nobody's calling saying the boogeyman is coming for Kim Fox. So that makes me even believe further. This was just another boogeyman tactic to try to scare people to go one way to another way, and I don't understand the reason why.
Wait, hey, Art, let me ask you a question real quick, because you said you don't understand this a boogeyman tactic. Did you see the protest that happened down at 69?
I saw that.
Now, let me ask you another question. Did you see the letter today that is coming out? They reported on the news last night. So that's boogeyman? Who is that?
No,
That's the police.
Hold on, I don't care nothing about all that. Listen, black people vote her in. If she do her job, guess what? She will still be there. We don't have to feed into that foolishness. That's what they want us to do, is feed into the boogeyman tactic so we can get distracted by something else they're trying to do. So let's don't get caught up in that. Just do your job. You're going to be fine. Black people and people feel she's doing a great job will vote for her again. And let's get away from that tactic. I think that's silliness.
And you forgot to say, may God bless.
May God continue to bless.
Thanks. I was trying to give you a tag. You got a brand. You got to recognize that. That is caller art. Let me tell y'all this. If you don't think they're coming for Kim Fox, if you don't think that there is a 3-year plan, you out Joe.
Is it the boiling frog?
Is the boiling right? The frog sits in the pot of boiling water until he cooked already.
Yes.
He don't realize it. Well, let me tell y'all what. That's the problem with black folks all the time. We always talking about what they ain't gonna do. We always talking about, it ain't like no conspiracy like, aha, we're gonna kill all the black people. No, the conspiracy is when you decide that we have decided that we own the media outlets, so we are going to start the countdown to prepare our people. See, again, the vote of no confidence, the letter, it being reported on the news, is a campaign commercial. Not even the police. Police districts from all around the county have all said that Kim have voted no confidence in Kim Fox. Mm-hmm. Right? I bet y'all already know how this happened. I can't tell y'all how it happened, but I know what happened. And I'm just telling you, there are police-based organizations and networks that are like, hey, y'all, we could get this whole thing and we can go back to locking these Negroes up.
And what I learned from my experience is the media, when they decide they're on one side or the other, the way they speak kind of accentuates what the group is trying to say. So it's almost like they're saying, this group is saying this, and this is right.
Right. So, and then you think about, pay attention to the pictures that they're now showing of Kim Fox. There's never the direct look at the camera. There's never, you can pick, I do it all the time.
Like she's under duress.
Right. Or she's got her eyes rolling like the sister girl.
Yeah.
Right? Or,
angry.
right. And I'm telling y'all, it's all, but we don't see that. We think it's all just game. And that is real as it can possibly be. Now, let me tell y'all what. I want to, Black Chicago, now what is what I was going to say. Where do we go from here? We actually, y'all, I was thinking about this, and the reality is we actually have the power. We literally actually have the power. I'm going to read this list of people that we got right now. Now, remember, I always tell you that Chicago and Illinois has the most black elected officials in the country. But yet and still it's the worst state for black people. Let me read some of the jobs that we have. The mayor of Chicago, the chief judge of Cook County, the Cook County board president. There are now 20 members, Black Caucus members in city council. We have a significant amount on the Cook County board. The Cook County state's attorney, 30 members in the Illinois General Assembly. The lieutenant governor is black. The attorney general is black. The police superintendent is black. The CEO of Chicago Public Schools is black. The majority leader of the state Senate is black. 4 African Americans represent Illinois in the U.S. Congress. The first person to become president of the United States is from Chicago, is black. We got Louis Farrakhan in Chicago. We got Jesse Jackson in Chicago. Some of the top media, the biggest black-owned talk radio station in the country, Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got all the ingredients to black power, politically. But the challenge becomes that we don't recognize it. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't recognize it. And so my question becomes to us right now, as white people are realizing that they don't have the power, they are trying to punk us.
Mm-hmm.
Like the police holding these rallies. All these white folks that turned on Tony Preckwinkle. Could you imagine, this is what I'm just thinking, y'all. Could you imagine if all of those black people got in a room together and looked and said, hey, y'all, this is what we could do collectively. Do they cross you? So right now, let me tell you how the white boys do and how the Latinos do. When we get power, then they start to try and change the rules to power.
Right.
Right?
Right.
They want to limit your... So, Todd, when you became the president of Cook County, you had the health and hospital systems. You had all of this immense power. And what they did was they came in and started changing the laws to limit your power because they was like, we can't have this Negro in control of these billions of dollars.
Right.
And now we got the county board president who came after you, who now tells us that even though we have the second largest Cook County second largest health and hospital system in the country, she can't get no black people no money because she don't control the board.
Right.
Do y'all see how they do, y'all? Right now.
Also, don't forget that the press also helped make the story that the county board president could not touch the board. So, where she should be able to have some influence. If she did, she would lose her progressive tag.
Well, she lost her progressive tag when she only won 20 precincts. So at that point, this is what I'm telling y'all. It's time for us to start claiming black. Like, get in the room, look at each other, and say, progressive ain't helped damn not one of y'all. The progressive caucus members that are in the black caucus right now, all in runoffs. Runoffs. How did that work for you, Leslie? How did that work for you, Rod? I'm the chairman of the Black Caucus, but I'm also a progressive. I'm in the progressive caucus. Them progressives didn't come to your aid. Was they sending people knock on your door? Look, y'all, this is Talk Chicago. We'll be back after traffic and the weather.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson.
It's not just one place. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And it's like we can't... Right now, y'all, we got the bully pulpit. We got the sticks. All of them.
Yeah,
Acts.
You're right. I always said that our biggest problem was we were powerless because we acted like we were powerless. When you talk to somebody and say, you need to like I would talk to some of the aldermen and I'd be like, you need to get an issue that is black specific and go to the mayor and say, we have to have this happen. And it shouldn't just be you, it should be the whole group. You might just be the head spokesman. And they would be like, oh, no, I couldn't do that. If I did that, they crucified me. Well, why are you worried about the rest of the world crucifying you? What you need to worry about is your 50,000 people in your ward. So you go out there and you give them the opportunity to tell you no. If you don't give them the opportunity, it's always a no. But if they do say no to you, then you can come back and say, look, I brought this to him and he didn't agree. So I need you people to make some noise, and when the next election comes, this is what we bring up. But if you're sitting in the corner waiting for something to happen and somebody to give you something, it's not going to happen. Or what they're going to give you, you're not going to eat. You ever had day old food? It ain't no fun. Not when you can feast like the rest of them are doing. Oh, and maybe one of the things we need is, if this is going to be a racial issue, as it looks like with Kim Fox, then maybe the police chiefs, the black police chiefs, need to make a statement. You know, it comes really down to the point of, when you have something to fight for, you got to fight for it. You got to use all your ammunition.
I would fire every every white police chief that represents a black suburb. Fire. If
you sign something like that,
if I should have signed on this, your ass is gone.
Oh yeah. A lot of this is just about, in my opinion, I was actually talking to my sister about this yesterday. In my opinion, a lot of this is just not being prepared for not realizing you're black. I guess I'll put it that way. Not realizing you're black and that the world sees you as black. Like, Mason, I'm certain we've talked about this. When you walk in the room and you go to some place that's not on the south or west side, when you walk in the room and you're the only black guy, everybody in the room realizes, hey, there's a black guy. And you realize, no more black folks. And when another black person comes in, usually they give you the eye, like, what's up, bro?
Right.
And when they don't, you're like, gotta watch that nigga.
Yeah, right. You just give him the brother nod.
Yeah.
Y'all know nothing about All in the Same Gang? JJ Fad. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago, 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, sitting in with me.
Dope.
Hey, man, that was
That may
dope.
be over. I don't know if
You don't know what you know about All in the Same Gang, man.
I don't. That's that sounds kind of, that title sounds funny, but that's I like that.
That was all the West Coast. So you know, self-destruction was a East Coast thing.
I was
All
an
in
East
this,
Coast guy.
I was an East Coast guy too, but All in the Same Gang was right after the Colors movie and the gang violence had exploded in LA and the gang truce. And the rapper said, we got influence. We can change the way people think. See, the fact of the matter is, rappers still got influence.
Yes, they do.
That's why you see all the brothers doing what they doing, right? And they change the mentality of our music to program our young people. But this is what, Todd, we got all the political, not all of it. But let me just say this. So, and WVON family, I want you to call me back and talk to me. It's 312-374-8130. See, I hope that Toni Preckwinkle I hope that was her OJ moment. Like, I hope that she realized after this that them white people ain't gonna never love you. Ever. Never, ever. And understanding that, you can't bring that back. They can't go get you they can't go give you no precincts back.
No.
Knowing that this could potentially be your last run, what is her legacy? Because guess what? You know how did you ever see that movie 300?
I did.
Okay, so 300, remember when the 300, I can't remember dude's name that was the head of it all. The head of the 300. Leonidas. Remember when Leonidas had to go talk to old boy, the big boss, the big killer that had all the armies that they was doing, and he said, Xeris, is that his name? Okay. Remember when he said, I will join me and you all good. But if you don't, I am going to remove your name. I'm going to kill your kids. I'm going to take away your ancestors. I'm going to make sure that you never existed in history.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do to Tony Preckwinkle because they feel like this is why I said you cannot bring wood to the white people's fire. Right now, Tony Preckwinkle has to be looking at that number and saying, where did everybody go?
I think that's exactly what happened with me. Black people brought wood to a white people's fire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then looked around and found out that we was all cooking.
Right, we're all in the pot.
Right, we all cooking.
Yeah.
And so now, here's the thing, black people. You are on top in Chicago. You are on top. I don't care what they try to tell you. The white men ain't in charge of the city council. You got 20 votes. If 20 black people stick together and find 6 more votes, and the white boys gonna stick with you, because if not, they getting cooked too.
That's why I'm telling you, Mace, it's our time. We need to start a consulting firm, and I'll tell you what, if people hire us, then it tells a signal to everybody else that these people are black.
And then
or somebody like us.
No, you hire us. But let me tell y'all. So then what we do is we tell, like, imagine if Tony Preckwinkle showed up and black people was with Tony Preckwinkle. Hold on, don't get mad. But she has now rebowed to the black community. Doubled down. Walked through the county halls and said, you gotta go. Find me a young black person here. Put me a black person there. Give me this. Put your young black chief of staff. Take all them white boy spots that did nothing for you. Give them to black people. Go over to all those places where the black dude is number 2 and the white dude is number 1. Flip them around.
Mm-hmm.
Let the black people know that you got our back, and then we get your back. And then, Todd, then you get all the black elected officials in the room, and you put them in a room and you say, look at y'all. Now, y'all can either stop being enemies of the state and start working in our self-interest, and we can take this whole thing, or when the white folks come with the fire, like they just burnt up y'all chief, we gonna bring some wood too.
Mm-hmm.
Come on home, everybody. It's a place. It's a place. You got I think right now, Todd, we need a reaffirmation of blackness. Like a coming home. Like a stop calling everybody a sellout.
Yes.
You know what? You learned your lesson. Like, I'm going to tell you, right now, Tony Preckwinkle needs to have black meeting. She needs to say, give me some resumes.
It's a positivity.
Yes. Yes, a positive black meeting, y'all. I'm back. I got it. I got my reality check. Ken, what you doing, man? Shake this thing up. Oh, did y'all notice that progressive alderman in 15 lost her tail too? Because, you know, Tony Folks was progressive. Black people running around here talking about they was progressive. Yeah, she talked about progressive.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Right, Where's she at? Ran out. Black people, stop now. Look around. City council is 20 black members. It's 11 white boys. Y'all are now in power. Pat O'Connor's gone. Ed Burke ain't gonna be daddy no more. You know what, Mecca? Did y'all hear me? Last night, Carol Marine said that O'Connor was like the daddy of city council. Man, I was so mad when I heard that. Like, it's grown-ass men up in there and grown-ass women talking about some daddy. Black folks don't need no daddy. And if it is, he gonna be black. Nobody want no gray baby in the black caucus. What's wrong with y'all? Let's go to the phone lines. I'm gonna go to one call and then we're gonna take some more.
Relatives who are gray, so I'm not saying nothing.
I grew up in Bolingbrook. Everybody's gray. You know what? Let me stop. Let me go to traffic and the weather. When we come back, we'll take your calls plus continue this conversation.
Live from the WVON newsroom, here's our
Y'all
news
getting great,
now.
don't you? So we do want to stop it. I want to stop as soon as possible.
Guys, I think we just broke a record.
What you got?
Wait, did we just break a record?
Breaker what?
A Facebook Live record?
What you got? What you got?
Cause what did we do? I just went to 315. I thought it was at 287 last time. Like, I thought 287 was the big one. Yesterday. I'm talking about when Tony Preckwinkle. Okay. Well, we just went to 315. I don't know what's going on. My numbers are jumping at a large point. Anyway, y'all
Did you
take.
see what what your sister put out there yesterday?
What?
1.1 million.
Hold on.
She thought you to peak something.
Oh, she was giving me. Oh yeah. 1 point. So I track. So here's the thing. People try to discredit or say who, what, where, whatever that I am or am not, and so we do analytics, and a lot of people boost and raise up their posts and all of that stuff. We are we do all of our stuff and we track the analytics. And so when people say you ain't and you can't, the actuality is right now my reach in Chicago is probably as significant as anyone of stature. So again, if you look at Facebook rankings, the most engaged, there's only 6 people higher than me and they're on TV. Well, there's Channel 7. There's only 6 groups of people that are more engaged on Facebook in Chicago than mine. That's ABC 7, that's Power 92, that's what's her name? Val Warner, Ryan Cheverini, somebody else is in there, and then it's me. But what we try to do is consistently and organically grow the brand. Y'all take a moment, share the broadcast. Take a moment, share the broadcast. What up, Tiger? What up, Daryl Wallace? What up, Angela Kilpatrick? What up, Rodney Ware? What up? What up? I'm trying to get to them, but they keep coming so quick. What up, Tony Briscoe? What up, Flex? What up, Kang Mufasa Red? What up, Daryl Stiff? What up, Reddy Rock? What up, Alvin E. Norton? What up, Yoshiko Wadi? See, the thing is, y'all, like, let's stop calling. Let's now, right now, I'm telling you, there had to be a wake-up call for black elected officials when they saw Tony get whooped. Everybody thought they could run under Tony and that would be straight, and she got to act like a boss. She's not the boss. So she's probably a little bit more humble, but she still got a big stick. So my thing is, now you say, you see them white boys ain't got your back. They trying to set you up for the come up. You can come on back home, but when you come back home, this is how you prove you back at home. Then you start calling all the rest of these people and you say, y'all, get a room. Put your ego to the side and recognize we could take this whole joint. We could take the whole joint. If you ain't saying, forget Maze Jackson, he'll sell out. And I'm not saying, I'm not making fun of Tony, whatever. And we tell Lori look out there and she look and see, damn, they all together. Right? Y'all don't, I'm just trying to help y'all understand that, y'all, Kim Fox does not have to be a victim, but Kim Fox got to have a wartime communications team and a wartime team. It's like when I saw that response to all of those people, I was like, that's what we got? That's what we got. Like, these punks about to put out a city, and what we got is they're just mad because of where our efforts for criminal justice reform. Man, please, I'll be all over Midlothian right now. Midlothian would be the example, and everybody would be looking at what before that letter went. There would be an investigation, a full-fledged. I put freaking 10 investigators in Midlothian, and then I run through all of the challenges and all of the police shootings and everything in there, and then every other police station that sat through that. And then let me tell you what you do. Then you have to see if we were connected. Then the Illinois state legislature, seeing that she's being attacked by them, then demands that every police department in the city of in Cook County do something, right? Now, or the legislature in Springfield says we're cutting the funding for police stations since they so busy trying to attack the state's attorney that they can't afford to. Man, so you get somebody stand up on the floor and introduce a bill that cuts funding for all police departments in Cook County that are at odds with the state's attorney. Now, guess what? Now they got to spend money, come down and lobby, and the answer is, wait, and when you come see me, the bill sponsor, what's your problem with Kim Fox? But see, they count on you being disconnected.
Yes.
See, but if that's our Kim Fox and it's downstate, I'm telling you, the Black Caucus should sponsor a bill that impacts all of their funding. If you, and put something in language, if you have signed a vote of no confidence against the state's attorney, then you clearly are not trying to stop crime in your neighborhood. So until that part is over, until the next fiscal year, until y'all get through with that, we not funding none of your things that you care the most about. Then the mayor is running down there saying, what the hell are you doing? So if it's me, if all the suburban legislators who's got somebody that signed that, but see what they scared of is they're going to punish me when my election time comes. Well, if you beat them into submission.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm crazy.
But I said that, I don't know if you were in the room, that whole premise that some white guy is going to come from some other area and beat you, the black person in the black area, man, that ain't gonna happen.
Well, they saw what happened to Ken Duncan because they participated.
Yeah, but Ken's problem was his district had a ton of white people in it.
No, that wasn't his problem. His problem was they remapped him out of his real district over the course of 2 remaps, and then
yes. So his district was not conducive to making noise.
Yeah, no, they remapped him. He voted against it, and he had the most like SEIU members in the city in his district.
I don't trust SEIU.
Oh, brother, man. Y'all need a wartime consigliere. I'm ready to go to war for our people. You are tuned in to the Talk of Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Was that Paris? Look at that, y'all. I'm telling y'all. See, this is the era when black folks was making music, hip-hop, to wake us up and get us ready. And I'm telling y'all, they done put us to sleep. It's the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting there with me is Todd Stroger. And this is the Black Power edition. Look, y'all, we got to stop being scared. You got all the power. So, again, Todd, see, this is when we need a wartime consigliere.
That's right.
This is when Kim Fox needs to look around her office and say, who is battle ready? Who has been in a war? Because let me just tell you, Kim is about to go to war with Tywin Lannister. Now, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, then you don't understand that. But if you watch Game of Thrones, you understand that Tywin Lannister was one of the baddest generals in the 7 Kingdoms. And it's like he was willing to do whatever to win. He had spent millions of dollars building relationships. Remember, Kim's opponents ran the state's attorney's office for over 20 to 30 years.
Yeah.
And so even the people that she is surrounded besides her inner circle can't really be trusted.
No, they've been there for, they were serving a different master. They
Right.
came in under a different group.
And their master is making a resurgence. The master is coming back to the kingdom. So now the question becomes, Todd, who is ready for war? Y'all, black elected officials, there's a letter coming out from all of the police chiefs in Cook County. If I was the Black Caucus, me, Springfield, All of those places require funding from the state. If I'm the Black Caucus, I'm forcing every mayor to the table. I'm saying I'm cutting the funding for Midlothian. I'm cutting the funding for Palos Heights. I won't vote for nothing for them in a budget. Elk Grove Village, you in it? Oh no, we not voting for none of it. Black Caucus say we not voting for none of it. Now guess what? Every mayor who has money, every mayor who needs their funding from the state, now is down in Springfield. And guess what? You know how white folks be like, they think you know every black person? Well, we know that black person. And your people screwing with us. So guess what, y'all? We're going to give you a little lesson. But see, that's what happens when we're connected. And right now, y'all, we got the power. We cannot be scared to use it. Let me tell you, if I was Melissa Conyers Irvin, and I'm now the treasurer, I'd make sure that there was no money in any of the banks of any of the people that was supporting that they care about. I would find out everything they care about, and I would start cutting it. Let me tell you, you know all those people at the county that got them double jobs? You know, like when you a mayor of a suburb, but you work for the county?
Right, because the mayor's a part-time job.
Right. It's a bunch of them, ain't it?
That's probably a good number.
It's a good number of them. Right now, guess what? All of the white ones, they should be losing their jobs right now. They should be talking about, oh my God. The police chief should be, look y'all, let's not be victims. Progressive ain't got you nothing. Black is where you got it at. There is a full army waiting and ready to fight. Black people are woke. I hate to use that now because white people be saying woke. Mm-hmm. But black people are ready, but you got to be fighting for them. Let's go to the phone lines. I know I done lost it. Let's go to Sister Karen on line 4. Sister Karen, what's up?
Good morning, kings, and good
morning
to all the listening queens. Listen, Dr. Wilson said when he first started to run, he's tired of white people telling him what to do. Guess what? Look at all the votes that Glory got. That came from blacks that Dr. Wilson helped to wake up. We already got this together. We ain't sleep no more. And if you have woke up and you ain't got out the bed, pull the covers over and go back to sleep. Because these black people that were asleep, we know. Dr. Wilson is the one that has answered that question very well. What's in it for the black people? Black people, we gonna do this. No more sleeping around. I love you. Keep pushing what you do, King.
Thank you, my sister. Let's go to Jamia. Jamia, you on the Talk Chicago 1690.
Oh, that's Jemiah, man.
Oh, Jemiah, what's up, my brother? How you feeling?
All right. So listen, this is what I want to say. As of right now, in the city of Chicago and the state of Illinois, as you've been drumming all week, we are on top. We are in the middle. We are in the mix of everything. Nothing can get legislated or passed without black people saying this. Now, what I want you and black people need to be cognizant of and really watch for is a phenomenon called white backlash. There are some white folks that are losing sleep because they see all these blacks that are in power and in play, and they are losing sleep, and it's coming. Donald Trump is a result of white backlash.
I agree with you, but I'm gonna tell you like this: we've been getting white. We done had not backlash. We done had the real lash. Like they done whooped us into submission. I'm saying. So here's the thing: you get elected. Ready Rock said it right. We get elected as black, and then start pivoting to try and appease white folks. And then when the white folks go find them a new Negro, all that appeasement meant is we like, dang, you gave away the house and we still ain't got nothing.
Right.
Hey, y'all better do better. Let's go to Brother Hall. Brother Hall, you want to talk Chicago?
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Ladies, listen, let me just say this, man. You know, I don't know, maybe Art needs to change his water diet. Maybe he got some lead in his water. Yeah, Stevie Wonder, brother, can see what's happening here. You just got to read it out. You got all of these so-called police chiefs from all over, and states, was it the state's attorney too, you said, that was going to protest her, or all police chiefs?
It was all police chiefs.
Okay, now check this out. Now, the reason why I know this, I happened to work for the state's attorney's office in the 90s up under Jack O'Malley. The state's attorney's office and the police department work hand in hand. They join at the hip, bro. Which means that if in fact that the police are disconnecting themselves from the state's attorney's office, you know what that means? They're gonna lay down on us. That's what that means, Ark. So you understand, this is not, you're not dreaming. This is the reality. We must circle the wagons, but I totally agree with what you just said, Maze, that I was there yesterday with at Operation Push, and the only thing I disagree with you, Maze, it's not so much white folks that's holding us down. It's black folks.
You right.
I saw some charlatans there yesterday and Push, instead of them, and I love everything Reverend Jackson is trying to do, but you got people around him that they're cutting their own deals. So we got to stop doing that and come together as a family. Next, it'll be Kwame Raoul. Are you crazy? These people ain't playing. We're on the menu.
Man, you know what? Thank you, Brother Hall. I'm going to tell you, I told you I was talking to one of my good political friends, and he told me, man, he said, the white boys just said it straight up, man, y'all got everything. Y'all got everything. You know we coming for Kim Fox because y'all know we got everything. Kim Fox is symbolic to me. Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that I'm using this clearly. I want Kim Fox to be your example of what they will do. Remember all
you know what the white guys never say?
What?
Is, man, we got everything. We need to give some of this to somebody else.
Right. And black folks be like, and you know what the black white boys do? They take care of themselves first. Mm-hmm. Then they take care of their friends. Then they take care of other people. Then they say, oh, we got this for the black folks. Black folks be like, oh, man, they gonna get against me. Let me tell you. I'm just telling you. Let me tell you what. Use your power where it is. I'm going to tell you, if I was the state's attorney right now, I would look at all the funds that I provide for other additional activities in every one of those municipalities. Let me tell you, by the time I got through with all of these people talking about they signing the letter, they wouldn't even be able to put gas in the police cars to go patrol. Badass. Since you want to be, since you gonna be bad. But see, again, we got to start thinking like wartime. If they can't put no gas in the tanks, then they can't use the tanks to come blow you up.
Right.
But see, that would require us to be not just sitting at tables talking lollipop stuff, trying to pretend. It would be talking about sitting at a table, getting a war plan together, and then executing. Identifying who are our targets, who are our enemies of the state, and making sure they can't breathe, that they can't move, that they know that it is a consequence for their action. Right now, there's no consequence for whooping on black people. It's no consequence. Think about this. You got low-level, white, regular people with no titles that's talking smack to our state's attorney with no consequence. Hey, y'all better stop being lollipops. Unless you're going to be moving from lollipops to, when you go to jail and you got to wear that wig, and they make you wear tube socks. That's what they trying to do to us now. It's Talk Chicago 1690. We'll be back.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson.
I don't know what got me on the graphic jail. the jail metaphors today. You got the camera.
Yeah, well, no, it is fitting in a way. I remember watching or listening to a, I guess, I don't know what they call it on radio, documentary, about one of the prisons. I don't remember, big federal prison. And they were interviewing prisoners, and one of these guys, he was a lifer. And he said, when you're in prison, you're either a whale or a guppy. And the whales eat the guppies. And we've been guppies for so long that we think that it's the right thing to be a guppy, and whatever we see somebody who has power, all us guppies turn and we flee the other way because we're afraid to get eaten up. Instead of determining that, we're not really guppies. We're actually a whale, or there's so many of us guppies that the whale is not going to survive if we band together. And it's just a sad state of affairs right now. But
I know. That's why I was like.
I like the unity thing. You get in a room, you talk about your issues. It's not a fight. It's not who's bigger and better. It's how do we all progress together. If you, they say if you hang separately, no, if you don't hang together, you're gonna hang separately. That's the state we're in. And unfortunately, when black people get these big jobs, like state's attorney and attorney general, your first 4 years has to be all about how do I establish myself where they can't knock me out in an upcoming election. If I can get through the first election, the second election becomes a lot easier if you're gonna run for a third term. But it's getting through and making sure that you're not damaged goods. Because that's what they wanna do. They wanna make you damaged goods once you get in. They're like, oh, son won. And then a couple of, a year in, they're like, okay, oh, they screwed that up. And then, oh, they screwed this up. Oh, they're just screwing up. They're gonna have to go. So it's all about making sure that everything you do is top notch. No one can look at what you've done and come back with some critique saying, well, you know, they screwed up the rules. They should have done this. They should have done it this way. And part of that is knowing exactly all the rules and having a communication force that can speak to it.
On the double Nefertiti, to the Serengeti, to Betty Shabazz, Osation. Thing is everything. What was meant to be will be. After winter must come spring. Change comes from being so mean. Sometimes it seems we'll touch that dream. Situation. You are tuned into the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Yo, this is the Black Power Show, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we have the Black Power right here in the city of Chicago, in the county of Cook. I'm going to tell you that probably one of the most informative conversations that I had in the last year was sitting down talking to former Senate President Emo Jones. He said, Maze, when you got the power, you got to use it. Mm-hmm. And I say, Mr. President, what you mean? He say, look, you got to read the book. One of the best books I ever read was The Prince by Machiavelli. And I was like, oh, I read that book. He said, you know, see, the problem is they trick us when we have a weapon, when we have the bully pulpit, they punk you into not using it. And then it's soon, because they tell you you're wrong. Something bad is going to happen. Oh, these white people going to get you. Mm-hmm. And then guess what? When you don't use it, guess what the white people do?
They get you.
They get you. Hey, y'all, it's time to go into war mode politically. Like right now, you got the keys to the kingdom. Let me tell you, to every black elected official, you all should be, look at what J.B. Pritzker did. Let me just break that down for you. J.B. Pritzker, do you got the tape? Can you find that for me? Because see, here's my thing. We are the best shields. Like, you know, like, do y'all remember New Jack City? Remember when they was shooting at Nino Brown after the wedding and he picked up the little girl and held up and ran? Huh? That's what black people are.
The little girl.
The little girl.
Yeah.
They put us up to get shot.
Right.
And then they go on and live. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying right now, y'all, what are we scared of? So the white boys have put on a full-on assault.
We're scared of getting less than what we got, which is nothing.
But here's the thing. We got everything. Think about this right now. What if the Attorney General opened up an investigation on how the money was spent in all of those police departments? Right? All I'm saying is, see, you got the prosecutorial power right now. They want that out of your hands.
Mm-hmm.
They want that out of your hands. And they definitely don't want you to feel the right to use it. However, that's your biggest stick in the box. Now, again, if I see Midlothian on that list, right, and I'm just giving you an example. How many white police chiefs in black cities, townships, and the suburbs? How many white police officers work in black suburbs?
That's probably a pretty good number.
That's a real good number. Them some good, safe jobs.
Right.
And you get to ride out. Remember Lansing? Remember that police officer that jumped on that black kid and beat him in the front lawn? Where's the investigation on that cop? See, imagine if the Black Caucus said, you know what? Until Lansing deals with the racist white cop, I think we're going to cut off your funding for what do you care about?
Mm-hmm.
See, what they got you. I don't know if I'm allowed to tell this story. I'm going to tell it anyway. I'm going to get in trouble. Let me show you how the white boys do you. Do you remember the rate freeze hike with ComEd?
Yeah.
So check this out. The rate freeze hike, and remember that big war during like maybe 15 years ago, 10 years ago with Rob Blagojevich, and it was the big thing, and ComEd couldn't get their rate hike. You know what it was about?
What?
It was about the fact that Frank Clark chose to support Barack Obama over Dan Hines. Barack Obama was Emo Jones and the black Senate candidate. The white boys had decided, because Dan Hines and Mike Madigan were roommates, had decided that they were going to make Dan Hines the senator.
U.S. Senate, yeah.
Senate President Emo Jones said it's going to be Barack. Frank Clark stuck with Barack.
Yes.
Frank Clark was the president of ComEd. Mike Madigan said, since you didn't do what I wanted you to do in the Senate race, I'm going to get you fired at ComEd. You won't be the president. So I'm going to change the rules in the legislation so that it's going to jam you up because you didn't do what I told you to do. That's how he played. So check this out. We were all pawns in the game of a rate hike. They were willing to shut down the biggest utility company in the state because you didn't vote for who we told you to, Negro. And now we got the power and we run around sitting around scared. Think about the gravity of that. Think about how insidious that is.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, it's like that's when you have power and you exercise it.
Because they are coming after you.
Right.
One way or another.
Right. Even though somebody trying to tell you
or if you do.
Exactly. And so here's the thing. You lay down, you take the beating, you say, okay, I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to fight. And guess what? They put it in you anyway.
Yeah.
Right? You know, like when you go to jail and they tell, I don't know how I got on the jail analogies this morning, but it's like it's either fight or get.
You remember the Shawshank Redemption?
Man!
In the book, I don't remember the movie that well, but in the book, Red, that's Morgan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Red explains that the Tim Robbins character fights that group, the mamas or whatever they call themselves.
The mothers.
The mothers. Yeah, he fights that group, and they rape him, but sometimes he wins. But he doesn't just lay down, he fights them anyway.
Yes.
Win or lose, he always fights.
He always fights. Hey y'all, and he would fight to the point of getting beat to sleep, so he wouldn't remember what they did to him. But y'all, he always fought. We don't got to be victims though, because there's no better fighters than us. Talk Chicago 1690. We'll be back.
Yeah.
Shawshank. Not Shawshank. That was another traumatic movie. And it wasn't even as terrible as it could have been, but that movie was just like, dang. I felt so bad for dude. I felt so bad for Andy, boy. I was like, Andy, poor Andy. But boy, when Andy learned how to be an accountant, and he took care of, and dude came in there and beat dude to wheelchair status.
Right. He took care of the right people. Right.
Find out who the bullies. Find out who got the whooping stick.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, man. Maybe I just think political too much.
Everything's political. So it's impossible.
See, but the problem is, Todd. It's like I don't think that we have the. I think we scared to fight, man. I think we scared to offend white people.
Yep.
We are fearful of offending white people.
Yes, like they can be mad at us more than they're mad at us now, right? Yeah, I don't get that. In some ways, we are tolerated because, you know, the truth is, I mean, I got a lot of people, white people I like. You know, when we see each other, it's warm and friendly. But the truth is, we're not neighbors, though. We don't live next to each other. I can't walk to their houses. I can't even drive to their houses in 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So people tend to, first, you have to take care of your home base. And that's what they do. They take care of their home base. And they may like you, but if they see that doing something with you is threatening their home base, they will cut you off. That's why you have to take care of yourself, and we have to take care of our home. And Kim Fox is part of our home, at least now. And now she's got to be smart enough to realize that the way her ship is going right now, she needs some help. She may need a helmsman to help her get through some of these rocks. And as May said, you know, it's not always a simple thing. Sometimes you got to be tough. You know, people like to eat sausage, but they don't want to actually see it being made. So we need to get the sausage makers in there to do what needs to be done. And sometimes that's a tough call to somebody, saying, man, you got to do this. Same thing like we was talking about with Tony Periwinkle. You can't have people in your own camp saying that they went a different way, because that means that they don't have any faith in you. I could have fired a ton of people myself. I did fire some people, but you know, at that point I'd lost the election, so I didn't feel the need to get rid of some people who I've known a long time. But I think he's right. She's in a position, we are in a position as black people to do a lot of things, because we have so many elected officials. The only thing they need is some direction. I think we talked about that a couple of days ago. They need direction. They need to have the groups get together, make a plan, a feasible plan, where you demand certain things that can actually be done that will help you get where we're trying to get to. And for us, it's all about the same thing as for them. It's economics. How do we get more people involved? How do we help small businesses grow? You got to remember, these businesses that grow up into big businesses, they don't start out being huge. Walsh Construction doesn't start out being a gigantic behemoth. They start out as a regular small business. They get support from the elected officials that grows their business. They grow bigger and bigger, and you know, now they're just a multi-million-dollar national business. Same thing can happen for black people, but they have to have some support, and that support can come through government. I remember one of my friends was a lobbyist saying that he was speaking to the speaker, and the speaker said, all right, well, you know, what you need is you need a base. I'll help you secure a contract. and that will help pay for you coming back here, help for you eating, paying for your lodging, and give you a little something. And from that, you can build up and have more contracts, and that'll be your gravy, not your meal. And we need to do the same thing. We need to operate in the same fashion. Government can give you the base where you can step out and force other things. Mace, I remember our friend was on WTTW. The Market Street was starting to turn, so you know this was a long time ago. They have these construction people, big guys.
Our friend?
Yeah, Turner, our alderman.
Okay.
Turner.
Wait a minute, our alderman? Have you given your pledge yet?
He's always my alderman.
No. Oh, no. Look, we need that pledge, man. We need that pledge of loyalty. Disavow your old allegiances and pick up the banner.
Come back to me. I want to finish my story before it goes. So he says, he's got there's Turner, then there's some small companies, some black companies, and there's probably another big company. And the white companies say, oh man, we love this minority set aside stuff. We've met so many great smaller firms. And then the host says, do you do any work with these guys on non-public funds? And the guy said, what? So we got to remember.
Can somebody help me understand what is going on with these numbers? There's people checking in and checking out. They got back in their car. Take a moment, share the broadcast. I want to welcome everybody who is with us today. And Todd talking about before it goes, and he don't even smoke.
Smoke what?
Oh, you do smoke?
Smoke what? I don't smoke anything.
You eat gummy bears?
No. You know, I come from a family of
teetotalers.
Well, that too, but also, you know, we get a lot of ailments. I can't afford nothing else.
That's why you need to smoke. Get rid of your ailments. Get you some
right.
CBD in there too.
I may forget they're there, but I think they're gonna be there.
Rise and shine with the WVON Morning Show.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Featuring Mace Jackson.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
The WVON Morning Show. Call 773-591-1690.
Wake up! Uh-oh. Do we got Joe? Is Joe Walsh on? Met this girl when I was 10 years old, and what I love most, she had so much soul. She was, when I was just a shorty, she would be there for me on the regular. Not a church girl, she was secular. Respect, you know. A few New York niggas had did her in the park, and I was there for her. Just cool out. Wishing that I could do her to be physically and mentally. Come around. Special. Tap of the sister. I miss her. And you don't stop. Speak. Stop. No, Joe?
I don't call him and Helene. No answer.
Okay. All right. That's y'all. You don't stop. Up to the biggest room. You are tuned in to the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Sitting in with me is former Cook County Board President Todd Stroger. But y'all know how we do at the top of the hour. Gotta say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. What's up to Annette Flournoy in the newsroom? She representing y'all. Yes, y'all. And you don't stop. I used to love her. You know what? That song right there, I never forget when I finally got it. And I was like, and now what you talking about is hip-hop. All right, gotta say what's up to the WVON Morning Show team. That was Annette Flournoy. Gotta say what's up to my man Todd Stroger, my co-host. Shout out to the Wonder Twins, Miss Sonia Escobar, as well as Sonia Tompkins. Now, do I have anybody on the live line? Okay, so y'all, you know what? Let me tell you what. This is the time that we usually reserve at 8 o'clock on Thursdays to discuss uncomfortable-conversations.com. Now, what is uncomfortable-conversations.com? Uncomfortable-conversations.com. It is a unpolitically correct, uncensored conversation between Maze Jackson and Joe Walsh. Now, I consider myself the most vociferous advocate for black self-interest in the country. I'm claiming it. My man Joe Walsh is a founder of the Tea Party. Some people have called him racist. Some people, I call him prejudiced and uninformed. But hey, I'm prejudiced.
He said some things where I was like, oh, I gotta turn.
Well, see, that's the problem though, Joe. I mean, that's the problem, Todd. The thing is, these people are having these conversations, and what happens is we get up and go, and then they get to keep talking. And they keep talking that craziness. And so, you know, it's like a backstop. One of the things I think growing up, you know how you got that hard shell, like from being jumped on all the time politically?
Right. Now it kind of rolls off my back.
Right. I feel the same way growing up.
Some people the finger, but you know.
Yeah, you give them the little finger. You don't give them like a big finger. But, you know, growing up in Bolingbrook, I went through some crazy experiences. And I feel like it has put me in a unique position to understand white folks. Or not understand, but to be able to interpret and to know how to move around them.
That's what I talk about. When people are your neighbors, you get to know them a lot better, and you see what goes on because you're right there.
Right. And so I know I don't have there's no mystique to white people for me. There's just like, I know you ain't special. I seen you. Man, you need to clean your crib. You know, all that stuff. But the point of uncomfortable conversations, and you know what? I took something personal last week when somebody was like, man, you softened it up when you with Joe Walsh. And I don't think it's so much softening it up as much as I don't feel like I got to be in a fight mode. I just want to talk. I just want to have a conversation. And whether you agree with me or not, it ain't got to be no yelling. It's just, man, no, that ain't how it is. This is how it is. And we've had some really enlightening conversations. Yesterday, though, man, we talked about the mayor's race, but we also talked about being black enough. We talked about black, you know, Harvard now has all-black graduation. Joe couldn't understand that, and I was like, man, I loved all-black graduation.
I remember that was a big thing.
At U of I, we had a all-black graduation. Not that I participated in it. But we had an all-black graduation. And it was because I was trying to explain that, you know, in a lot of cases for black families, somebody graduating from college is a tremendous achievement.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I'm a second generation graduate.
See, that's because you got a silver spoon. Right.
I'm the second generation. My point is, my father graduated from college, but no one before him ever went to college.
Right. And so think about that.
Matter of fact, his father didn't even get out of third grade. So.
And then they and survived, and look at the legacy he created. So, I was trying to explain to Joe. He's like, that's racist, and you guys are just complaining. I went to U of I. There were 36,000 white folks, 1,000 black.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Right?
Yeah.
So now think about it. Now divide that by 4, because that's all the classes. And you know it ain't no freshman, because half the freshman class leaves after the first semester.
Yeah.
So now you got 1,000 people, and then they tell you at the graduation you got to be quiet. And y'all know black folks, like, you mean to tell me we done paid $70,000 to get this fool through college, and y'all tell me I got to be quiet? No. Oh, no. I want to hear your name. I want to scream. I want to do all the stuff that I do. Have you ever been to a black 8th grade graduation in a impoverished neighborhood?
I've been to CVS's graduation. I've been to CVS's graduation, and I've been to Marian Catholic's graduation. It's truly black and white, night and day.
Right. And so let me tell you, I was thinking about the differences in how we respond. And so I think that was one of the conversations we had, and it's not racist, it's just cultural differences. Can I tell you something? The more and more I listen, the more and more I talk to Joe, I'd be like, I don't really need to be integrated. I just want to have my own equal black stuff. Separate but equal. Like, if they could really get the equal thing right.
You're right.
If they could get the equal thing right, I'm not tripping. I mean, I'm saying that I could go through it, because really, besides when I go like to downtown or something, I'm like mostly all black all day anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, could I just get the equal? All right, look, let's go to some of the calls. I'm gonna take some of the calls. We're also gonna be talking to a black hemp farmer, And then we're going to also, Todd, I want to talk about the black homecoming. And I'm not talking about a black homecoming as in FAMU. I'm talking about a black homecoming, like opening the doors to the church and telling everybody who's been wandering around in the wilderness, you can come on back in, just come to the altar.
I told you you were the preacher's son.
And you come to the altar and you realign yourself with blackness. We don't call you no sellouts, none of that. And then you come back and you
no name calling?
No name calling. You know, Sister Zakiya she gotta tell us she's sorry though. Well, no, who wasn't Sister Zakiya? Who called us bootleg? Who called us?
Harold Lucas.
Oh yeah, you. What do he call us? What did he say?
Handkerchief head.
You handkerchief. No, he didn't call us handkerchief.
He
head.
did?
He said, I don't know what he said. He called you handkerchief head. He done called me you capitalist pig of the society of.
No,
you.
I'm pretty sure he said you had a handkerchief on your head also.
My head's so big it can't fit.
It was part of the plantation because you needed.
Oh yeah, to protect myself from the sun.
Yeah.
Oh well, I missed that. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Michael O'Connor, you on the Talk Chicago 1690. Is that the real Michael? The real Mike?
Yeah, this is the real Michael.
What's up, Mike?
Let me tell you something. We have different factionalization that comes to express itself in terms of politics, so I can't apologize for nobody, but I understand, I mean, you're right in terms of how you deal with white folks. The best time to be proactive is when proactive black is when you're in a room full of white folks, when you're usually the only one. If you get in those circles in the room, the best time to be pro-black.
That's the hardest time to be pro-black too, though, Mike. When you standing there by yourself.
That's where your character and your foundation comes to work. That's where you remember what happened to your parents, grandparents. See, we are uniquely different based on the fact that we didn't come here because we were fleeing Europe. We were brought here because we were property. So if you keep that in mind, you understand what your ancestors have had to go through in order for you to be in the room. And because that's the first thing that you deal with, you automatically are black in those rooms. Now, the Medici, that does not mean that you don't ignore where you at or understand their culture. The Medici family stayed in power for centuries because of their alignment of knowledge concerning the prince. So I think you guys are absolutely correct in terms of what needs to happen, not only with Tony Prankwinkle, but also what needs to happen with Kim Foxx. Appropriations is the most powerful tool that any elected official can use to make sure that their will is dealt with. And that's my comment for the day. Y'all have a good day. I want to give a shout out to Zakiya and Eunice and everybody. And
okay.
Keep on talking because you still have to ask the question, what's in it for the black folks? That's my comment.
That is Mike. Thanks, Mike. And we'll be back after traffic, news, and the weather. Traffic and the weather.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson coming up on the Talk.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, I still sent the information to you.
Right, it was just a black. I saw that. It's just a short. That's what they gave me? That's all they got?
That's all they got.
Is he here? Put him in. Do him now and then. Todd, move over just to, hold on, let me see what this looks like. All right, Todd, school, yeah, stay right there. Now put this chair right here, Sonia. Okay, you can do it just like that, and I'll keep everybody right in the spots. Yep.
Just a broken one?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I think I've used that before.
Can we tell Todd too to fix this screw?
Which one?
See that? Like, Todd, you gotta tighten this here.
Yeah.
That's the tightener, and that's the tightener. The wobbly, he needs to put a different screw in there.
I don't think I'm experienced.
Oh, it looks like they got some more screws too.
Oh, and Mike, that's Medici.
Right, I was gonna say that. I was thinking the same thing. I didn't want to do them.
Yeah, right. He should know. He's been to the Medici restaurant, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you know what? So, Double J says, always engage. So let me tell you,
That's actually right. You always have to have something going on. You need to keep them in a battle where they can't always sit around and plan what they're doing and then sit back and watch it happen.
Right. So so one day John Joyner walks up to me. I'm putting the Jesse White sign in my lawn in the 18th ward, and he's saying to me, "Where you get that sign?" And I'm saying to myself, "Who is this white boy? And why in the hell is he talking to me?" Like, and he's like, "Where'd you get the sign?" And I'm saying to myself, "Who are you and why do I? Who are you and why do I have?"
Mr. Blackman, this is the host, Mace Jackson.
Hi, how are you,
This
Mrs.
is the
Jackson? Nice
co-host,
to meet you.
Former President, Cook County Board, Todd Stroger.
How you doing?
Excellent. Got it?
Yes.
So my premise was, oh dang, I lost it. What was I saying?
So when who was this white man asked me about this sign?
Oh, and so he walks up to me, and I'm like putting the sign in my yard, and I'm saying to myself, "Why are you talking to me?" And he just keeps talking to me, and I'm like, "Why the hell are you talking to me?" Turns out, but eventually he broke me down. I started talking to him. I started giving him information. Turns out he's the committeeman.
Right.
And I'm trying to run for alderman. And Tom Murphy
he knew you?
He didn't know me.
Oh, he
he knew who I was because he was the committeeman, and he knew all the business. He knew John knew all about the whole ward, and so it would be like him and Murphy, and they knew everything. So they knew obviously I was planning on running. So he comes up, walking up just like he's freaking and I didn't get it at the time, but he's picking my brain, finding out about me. He's like, "You should come to the ward office." And then I do my presentation, and he was like, "Man, if you would have came just 6 months earlier, you could have been the alderman. But you got always engaged."
Yes, that's true.
And I was busy saying, "Who is this white boy?"
I would say you want to use these because front of the corner, adjust the sound is right there. Thank you.
Today, what does it say? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood.
A card.
Wait,
You don't know.
Ray.
Yeah.
I'm playing old Dana today.
At a holiday party with SCR.
Oh, yeah, SCR. What are you doing now?
I used to work for them.
Oh, okay. What did you do?
For them?
Yeah.
I was doing one of my down period time. I'm a single dad where I needed to have a job, and so I had to go do what I had to do, and I was driving a bus at that time.
Flavor of
It gave me the flexibility to take care of my son and still.
Just another day around the way.
I understand
It's
that.
just another day, just a hood, just another day around the way. Feeling good today. Good today. Just another day living in the hood. Just another day around the way. I'm feeling good today. You are tuned into the Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Mace Jackson. Sitting in with me is former Cook County Board President and my co-host, Todd Stroger. Todd.
Yes, sir.
So right now, as we sit here in
My
the...
dad taught me to be polite.
He taught you to be polite. What, sir? Did you call me sir? So don't call me sir. Sir is my old man. I'm just Maze. But, you know, right now in spring... Hey, man. Don't call me by my real... Don't call me by my real name.
I call him by what we used to say in the old days. I call him by a slave name.
No, that ain't my... First of all, my name ain't no slave name. That's why it ain't... That's why it's not Todd.
See,
or Toby.
See, the young people would say, I called you by your government name.
Your government. Nah, don't call me by my government name. I got my... Yeah, we used to say that too. You call me by my... You'd be like, did you call me by my real name? When you in the streets, you be like, don't say my real name, because that's how the police know who you are. But check this out. Right now, we are talking about, in the state of Illinois, the expansion of, we have a medical marijuana program. We are talking about the legalization of marijuana. But one of the things that people used to talk about all the time as a precursor to the legalization was the growth of hemp.
Yes.
And hemp goes way back in American history. Way. The growth of hemp and the products that are created by hemp are numerous. So here in...
Such as clothing.
Clothing.
I'm
Yep.
gonna say a lot. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Todd.
No. It's just hemp can be made for a lot of things. I bet most people don't understand hemp, and they figure, hey, I'm gonna get high on that.
Man, I used to think that too. Man, you got a hemp farm? I'm gonna get some. Man, where's the hemp farm? I'm about to go out there and go clean up.
Yeah, but I think it's more for like textiles and such.
Well, here to talk about that, we have.
Yeah, let me stop. Yes.
We have Frederick L. Blackman. He is the managing partner of the DB Matterhorn Group Inc. And they just opened a hemp farm and did a $144 million deal. Now, this deal will provide much-needed high-paying jobs in the community and for the entire and give African Americans an opportunity to enter into this multi-billion-dollar industry.
Man, I need to get back into investment banking. $144 million deal. That's been pretty nice for me.
Man, well, I'm gonna tell you, I look forward to talking about it. So here to talk to us about it is Frederick L. Blackman. Frederick, welcome to the WVON Morning Show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I'm blessed and well, actually. Thank you.
All right, so talk to me about this $144 million deal to grow hemp in Illinois, and how will it impact us, the black people?
Well, the thing that I love about this story is that we have went to jail over cannabis. People have received 60, 70-year sentences. And now that it's being legalized, there's not very many of us that are getting into the business. I have a group of African-American black guys that are very high paid and highly educated that is going to put together this project to build in the south suburbs and hire people from the community and pay very well.
But now this is hemp compared to marijuana, correct? So
you mean cannabis?
Cannabis, all right, because cannabis is the way that there's marijuana is when they was locking us up.
Yes,
now it's
right.
Cannabis for the white folks. So tell me the difference between cannabis and hemp.
Well, cannabis is basically the umbrella term. Up under the cannabis falls marijuana and falls hemp. Hemp is a utilization. It is a plant that is grown to do very, very many things. The shirt you're wearing right now may have fibers in it from the hemp plants. It's also used, the oils that are extracted from the hemp plant is what is used medically. They're used in soft drinks. Coca-Cola uses hemp oils. They're used to do things such as cut migraine headaches. So pharmaceutical companies use hemp oil.
So,
and there's a major market for the hemp oil worldwide.
So now, is this a fund? How do people get involved in this market? You talked about a bunch of high-level black guys making a lot of money. Are there any of the people that we know? Are these any people that we know here from Chicago?
Yes. However, there's a non-disclosure in place right now, and I can't disclose who they are personally.
Wonderful.
I just want to know if they're from Chicago. That's cool.
Now let me ask you a question. Now, what is the hemp market compared to the to the marijuana market? Because he said so the legalized marijuana.
The hemp is actually a flower that is grown, and that particular market again is used by the pharmaceutical companies as well as a lot of your big corporations to make products. And again, this is something that is done worldwide. So right now, the supply does not meet the demand. So this is perfect for us. And typically, Europeans have come in and have grasped control of these hemp and oil extracting companies. And what I'm excited about is now here's a group of black guys that are going to do it. A company was sold 2 weeks ago for $850 million after being in operation for 3 years.
Yeah, so actually, I actually
all right,
know.
hang up, let's go. Let's go,
No,
man.
no.
We need to start talking.
Now, are you talking about Verano and the Verano Harvest deal? Or are you talking about this, the Cresco deal?
Cresco.
Okay, so actually right now there's a consolidation of the cannabis business. Now I'm trying to understand the difference. Now this business that you're talking about, is this the same group? Are you expecting that people will come and buy hemp plants in a hemp business the same way that they bought these medical marijuana businesses?
No, this is industrial hemp. So
Okay.
this is processing hemp for larger corporations.
Got it. And so who are some of the larger corporations that we will be using this product that you'll be able to sell your product to?
A lot of the medical corporations, Coca-Cola, as I said before.
Got it. What do you anticipate?
Clothing. I'm sorry.
What do you anticipate the profit being in this? Like, do you anticipate
in 3 years they expect revenues of about $3 billion.
$3 billion. This farm?
Yes.
Oh wow! So we are going to be making some billionaires right here in Illinois. Talk to me about how people can get involved in this new industry.
Well, it's going to be a million square foot facility, and once it's not up and operational right now, construction is planning to begin at the end of the summer of this year.
What region is it going to be?
It's going to be in the south suburbs.
Ooh, love that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So look.
Now here's it's also going to affect the Illinois farmer, because the Illinois farmer right now is probably in the same condition that many of our people are in the community. This is going to give them an opportunity to take part of their acreage and grow the hemp plant and produce a product from that.
Talk to me about
profit from that.
Talk to me about how many jobs and how many contracts you believe this will create for the black community.
Well, in terms of working directly for the company, it will probably, I think the numbers are about 300 to 600 jobs in the south suburbs.
There'll be the 300 to 600 jobs start by when?
I'm sorry?
By when?
Well, it'll be operational, fully operational by about this time next year.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we are looking at the growth of the hemp industry out in the south suburbs. Guys, this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we got to get in. So real quickly, tell me how people can find out or how they can get invested in this new industry. Mr. Blackman, are there investment opportunities available for the public?
Yes, I'm sure they are, but what we do, we are funding consultants. So our clients come to us needing funding. So based on that, we take the clients and then prepare them, present them, position them for funding. The money is out here for funding for black businesses. That's a real story too that people need to be aware of.
You got a larger story.
Yeah, I think in the next time you come back, we'll be able to get to it. Hey, y'all, we got to go to traffic news and the weather. But when we come back, we will continue our conversation. We'll take your calls as well as wrap this thing up. And I'm going to tell y'all, we need a black homecoming. We really do. It's time to bring everybody back on in the tent and really start to reassess black power. Hey, we'll talk about it all when we come back after traffic news and the weather.
Oh, okay. So your group is
Am I still on?
No, we're on Facebook.
We are on Facebook.
You fine?
I had a stroke and my voice is different.
It's okay. It's no worries.
No, it's fine.
Thank you. Yeah, I have financial tools that have been used by Europeans for hundreds of years, available to me that I can show to the black community and fund any deal. These are financial instruments that have built the Sears Tower. And when the banking crisis hit in 2008, you had a lot of people that were out of jobs but had a skill set at this level. So they went out on their own. Now on their own they couldn't compete up here, so they brought it down market. Okay. Now what used to require $100 million to utilize this instrument only requires $5 million.
Okay.
And that opens up a lot of opportunities. For example, I need to get the word out to many of our prominent black people, the entertainers, etc. If we all come together, black people are whole. If we just come together, we will be able to.
I don't know if you heard in the show before. Well, probably not, because we started at 6. That's literally what May started the show about. But he was talking about elected officials and that. But that's what he was just saying about having a homecoming. What he meant was getting all the black people together and saying, we are strong together. We all have something to offer each other, but we got to talk to each other and work together.
For example, how many people know that Shaq is involved with Five Guys?
I think I saw that somewhere.
Most people don't know this. Now, Shaq's not.
I'm old, so I'm on Facebook, so every once in a while something like that pops up.
Now, not too many people. Now, why is it that people don't know that Shaq is? To me,
but people don't think. But also, it pops up that people are like, "Oh, Shaq's just one of those guys. He's not doing nothing."
Well, if it
there's
was
a
marketed
disconnect.
correctly, and people would know Shaq is behind Five Guys, wouldn't that gravitate? Wouldn't black people support Five Guys even more?
Probably.
Exactly. So why hasn't that been done? I'm gonna tell you why it hasn't been done.
Good.
Because the people that are around Shaq are utilizing his money and his suitability for their purposes.
Good point.
And so we need to go and take those people such as the Shaqs of the world and bring them to our community and utilize his suitability and his money for our purposes.
Right. And well, and part of that mission is getting them to realize their value to the group. That yes, of course, you are your own corporation in a sense, but people, black people, respect you as being black. So you are actually more than what you probably even realize you are.
It's black.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, move on to our next segment.
Okay.
Oh, we are next segment.
You
All
give
right.
him your card. You got a card?
Yes.
I did. I have a card today.
Okay.
You want one of my coins?
I sure do. Let me get one of your cards. Thank you.
We were sitting there talking, because I was talking about something else, and he was thinking it was a bigger story than what we're talking about now.
Oh, okay.
And that's getting black businesses
Mr.
funded.
Blackman, watch your
Oh, okay.
hang a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, good.
There's a strategy. You get black businesses funded, they hire black people in the community. That's how we
I
raise
got something
ourselves
for you
up.
to do. Come on.
Okay.
I got something for you. If you're available this week to come back and talk about that. We have a show called Urban Business Roundtable. And on Saturday, 9
That was a cross-pollinated interview.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, for
You
him?
can go. Oh,
They said
that's
there's a lot of questions for you.
that's
on the
fine.
hemp
So,
thing.
okay, we'll figure that out. No, we'll figure it out. He can get him on. Look, if he want to do advertising on live, he need to pay for it.
Oh, no, but his business, well, yeah, but his
And-
business is different.
Exactly. And so my thing is either come in and talk about funding, because you can find funding, which is something that would definitely move over sometime. Yeah. So, but I think like, well, I'm not gonna go here right now. I just think like this. I don't have a problem, but tell me what it's about. The reality is that the multi-billions that are gonna come to the state are really over cannabis, not over hemp sales. And so like even when he was talking about the mergers of those multi-billion-dollar companies, it wasn't over hemp. It was over legalized marijuana.
Yeah.
And so I just think
But you gotta remember there's a bigger world. It's more than just this. So yeah, there's gonna be people are gonna make a ton of money off of marijuana. But black people tend to get caught with tunnel vision, where they only see one thing. So you got gazillion kids all out there playing basketball 24 hours a day, all wanting to be basketball players. They got all these people who want to be singers or dancers, when there's so much more to the game. As you well know, entertainment is like, when they do a movie, it's a town. There's people doing graphics, there's people doing carpentry, there's people doing, what's that, electricity, there's people moving things, there's people doing catering. We need to see the bigger picture.
Oh, come in here. Get in here.
And now we can make a ton of money.
Is he going on Perry's show or he coming on my show? Whose show is he on? If he on Perry's show, whose show is he on? Whose show is he
You
on?
gotta put your headphones on. Oh, you can't hear.
Whose show is he on?
Cliff's next after yours. Cliff is filling in for Perry.
Oh, Cliff's coming on.
Y'all, boy. I'm going to get y'all. Side.
He said, bye.
All right. See, I'm a... You are tuned into Talk Chicago 1690 AM. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Sitting in with me, I guess I got to stop saying sitting in with me. I'm going to say my co-host, my man Todd Stroger. Hey, y'all, it is after 8:30, and you know, we just got through talking to Mr. Frederick L. Blackman. He is a finder of funding for for businesses, and he has just helped acquire $144 million in funding for him farm. Todd, you say that we got tunnel vision. I think that you are right, that we do have tunnel vision. There are a variety of derivatives of this new pot business. I just want to make sure we get into the most profitable one first, because we've been growing stuff forever. But I want to get the cash crop, and the real cash crop is the legalization of marijuana.
Don't forget about the niches. It's always niche businesses. So Apple may be huge and they make whatever, but there's a ton of people that Apple buy things from who get rich from that.
I got you, and so that's why
That wasn't for you, Mace. That was for
the audience, for the minty listeners. I added a T to minty. The minty listeners, not as in lemony fresh. All right, y'all, but you know what? This is the Black Power Show. Speaking of Black Power, we in the building, y'all. He is here. Let me tell y'all what. You want to talk about the Black Power edition? I'm mad. I'm a little salty right now. I'm a little ticked off.
I cannot believe you would be mad about anything. What could you be mad about?
I am upset that Chicago's Black Power broker is in the studio and he ain't here to see me.
Say what?
Y'all know I got an ego. My ego is out of control. So when you bring the Black Power broker in the building and he ain't on my show, I got issues. I got problems you need to iron out. But that's all right, because I'm going to tell y'all what. Truest to the game, and y'all know I used to talk a lot of smack about that man. I used to talk smack. But you know what? One of the very few people that since the first time I met him, Democrat, Republican, purple, pink, green, if it ain't black, he ain't standing on it. Hey, y'all, check this out. He helped everybody. That's why I be cracking me up. You know what? It's two people like him I know. It's the old man on 28th in Michigan, and it's Willie Wilson. You call either one of them people and you need help, they are there for you in your time of need, distress, or celebration. Hey, y'all, so you all want to tune in after the morning show. Now, you know I never do this. Hey, y'all, I want y'all to tune in to Cliff Kelly and the Reverend Doctor. Excuse me, you know what? We got this right the last time I sat down with him. Ain't no reverends. It's just the Doctor, Willie Wilson. He is in the studio. You better say something on that mic, because I'm going to have an attitude if you don't. I'm going to have an attitude. You better at least say what's up to my show. Because if not, you gonna make me act up. Now there go you tell my super producer, because I'm here to tell, look, I'm going to leave it alone, because I've been trying, well, actually, I got banned for a minute. All right, so Sonya, you invite the Reverend, Dr. Willie Wilson. You get him in here next week. All right, that's right. Say it again. Say it so they can hear you. That's right. And I'm doing that. I'm saying that for my sister Karen, too. For Karen and for Aquarium Q, Beatrice Boyce. Because I'm going to tell y'all what. Them two ladies call me all the time about Reverend Wilson. But y'all ain't got to tell them to call me, because I already know about Dr. Wilson. Let's go to the phone now. Uh-oh. Todd, I think we about to get... You think we going to be handkerchief heads today?
No, I think...
What we going to be? What we going to be? Uncle Tom's?
I don't know.
House Negroes?
I think there's so many other important things he's probably going to skip us today.
You think? He probably got to
We'll
check.
see how it works out.
All right, let's go to it. Let's go to line one. Harold Lucas. Before you start, we want to make sure that we extend our condolences to you and your family. Not condolences, but we are extending our prayers for your family. You did send us a note that you were shot. I thought you told me your son was shot. You texted me. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry then.
We'll send a prayer for you anyway, just because.
Okay, go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry. My apologies. Mm-hmm.
And a moral base will help the African American community as much as Harold Washington.
Oh, dang. Hold on. Did he put Lori Lightfoot with Harold Washington? Y'all see, here y'all go again. Stop it with the hell. Can we revere Harold Washington and just leave his name alone for a little while? Can y'all stop stretching his name out? Cause we ain't seen no parts of no Harold Washington. In 40 years, we still looking. I feel like some days we are waiting for Jesus to return. He ain't coming back. I love Harold Washington. Don't get it twisted. But there is, y'all steady trying to build a typewriter. Not typewriter, word processor. In the era of the smartphone. Steady trying to build a word processor in the era of a smartphone. And these fools have moved on to AI-based terminators. And we talk about, hey, yo, let's get to clicking. I got it. A new invention. I got it. Texas Instrument word processor. Who is Texas Instruments? What's a word processor? Come on, y'all. We gotta do better. Look, when we come back, I'm gonna take your calls. After I take your calls, then I'm gonna tell y'all we need to get our black homecoming together. It's the Talk Chicago 1690 Day.
More of the morning show with Maze Jackson.
Okay, read this text.
I wish I had some stock about 30 years ago.
Read this text. This text say. Read this. What that text say?
It says, keep up the unity in the community, brother. Don't be the one to divide us.
Oh, I forgot about Joe. Yeah, I'll tell him when I'm coming back.
Thanks for taking the Unity Road. My son was shot, so I'm listening, but with the family right now.
Did I mistake that? Don't it say Harold Lucas?
It does say that. But I looked up. I'm looking on your thing, and this one says, "This is Brother Hall. I left your paper real quick." So.
Oh, so maybe I got Harold Lucas under Brother Hall. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, look at you. You was going through my stuff?
Maze, I'm a genius. Did I not just give you knowledge? So leave me alone. And yes, I did.
All right, y'all, take a moment, share the broadcast. Joe Walsh will be on the line. Tell him he's got literally a minute. 1 minute for Joe. 1 minute. Take a moment, share the broadcast. Take a moment, share the broadcast. Y'all know I gotta go to, I'm on Windy City Live today. 1 o'clock. Y'all gonna tune in? I gotta be there at 12 o'clock. Terrence, you bringing the clothes to me? So this is what my stylist want me to rock today for Windy City Live. What y'all think? Yeah? No?
I like that.
Yes? No? Do you want this? Do you want him? Me. Him? Me. Do you want him? You got the Ooh, do you really want him? Do you really want me?
Man, I know that song. I can't tell you what that is, but I know that song. Even Maze's version. Yeah, yep. Oh, but like I was saying, yeah, there's so many. There's always so many other parts to a business. It's more than just the business itself. That business has to do things for other parts. So
go right there, sit next to Todd. Go on, say something. Look, the Black Don. Look, he came in sweatsuit. He sweatsuited, right? That's how the old. You gotta scoot in, son. That's how the old school mafia dons do, right? Like he got a jogging suit on. All we need is it to be velour. You put some velour on, we like, Reverend Wilson. Excuse me, Dr. Wilson. Dr. Wilson, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great.
Are we gonna be okay with this, Lori Lightfoot, man? Are you? See, man, I done seen a whole bunch of people. I trust you. I don't know if I trust everybody I've been seeing around. So can we? You gonna hold it to a word, brother?
Oh, no, I'm gonna hold it to a word. I put my reputation out there, you know.
Okay, and then
I really think from my heart that she's gonna be the right thing for Chicago.
Okay. Well, you know what? We're gonna talk to Joe Walsh real quick. You can sit in to the end. I know. Is this me? Come closer, guys. Come closer. You can close out. We're gonna be closing. Tell Joe I'll give him a minute. The choice we're making will save it. I need y'all to be closer. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. Well, give them your heart so they know that someone cares. And their lives will be together and free. You gotta let me be on the orchestra, man. I gotta be on Sensation. Showing us wine, doing this song, red. Y'all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. No, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me. We ain't doing it out. And there seems no hope at all. But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall. Well, let's realize. Oh, there's a change. He's come round, he's come through. Well, we stand together as one. We are the world. Come on, y'all. Get in, Dr. Wilson. The children. We are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. Go ahead. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. All right, y'all, it's the WVON Morning Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson.
We got company, so Maze was acting out.
Now, y'all know I snap on every song when Sonya snap. In the studio with us is the Dr. Willie Wilson. But Dr. Wilson, before I let you get a word in, I got to go to my phone lines because my partner in crime in Uncomfortable Conversations, he is on the live line. WVON family, welcome my Uncomfortable Conversation podcast partner, Joe Walsh. Joe, we only got a minute, but how you feeling, man?
Joe, I apologize. I earlier, I didn't mean to. You got three handsome, smart black men in the studio. You don't need me. Wilson, Todd Stroger, you guys are the best.
Hey, Todd, but you know what, Joe? We did episode 4 dropped yesterday. Oh, excuse me. Episode 5 has just dropped. And so we want to encourage people to go to Uncomfortable-Conversations. Joe, what did we talk about yesterday? Tell them real quick.
Oh, man, we covered every inch of Chicago, man. Every inch of Chicago. Great stuff.
Every Inch of Chicago plus black graduations at Harvard University. Get it live. Download the podcast, uncomfortable-conversations.com. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, man.
All right. Hey, y'all. In the studio with us is you know what? Now I'm a little salty, but he's going to be back next week. With us is Dr. Willie Wilson. Dr. Wilson, how you feeling this morning?
I am feeling great.
Hey, Dr. Wilson, let me ask you a question. Ty, scoot in just a little bit. Dr. Wilson, I was calling this the Black Power Show, right? And you in this last election took a path, and I'm going to say that right now you are one of the top Black Power brokers in the city of Chicago. I'm going to ask you, what can black people expect from Lori Lightfoot, in your estimation?
Well, in my estimation, that she's going to do a good job, better than what we had.
Okay.
They need change, so I just firmly believe that because what we have is not working. It's not working, but I'm going to be there to help advise her as long as she wants me to.
Okay. Now, Dr. Wilson, let me ask you a question, because I was suggesting right now, and I've seen you've been working on it for some years now, I think we need a black homecoming. I think that for a long time, a lot of black people in this Cook County of ours have given away the power and been more scared of white folks than black folks. And then when I look at this top, and when you tell me Lori Lightfoot is black, is she black?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
That I can say that she is black. She identified herself as black, and I feel from my heart that she is black. She have not lost her identity.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you, after watching the special and knowing what she went through, I'm gonna say that we can't. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. But then after you give her the benefit of the doubt, y'all, it seems like Dr. Wilson, we got all the power right now, with the exception of the governor's office. We got all the top spots across the. Now let me ask you a question. Do you think? Because I know that it's a lot of elected officials, but I ain't listening to no Dr. Wilson. Do you think we could get all the black people that are in power, politically, not politically, that are moving around and have a black homecoming?
I think they were hard to do because the people that said, the black people said they're in power by bought by somebody. I think that's what I look at. Now, I can truly say that people voted for me, right? And I think whoever in power is when they listen to the citizens themselves who put them in office and try to do what they say they're going to do.
So I'm going to tell you this, Dr. Wilson, and I got just a little different opinion on that.
All right.
I'm going to say that at the same election that you got elected in those wards with those black aldermen, they got reelected, right? So that's all I'm saying. So what I'm saying is at some point that the people chose them too, because the same people that voted for you in every black ward voted for those black aldermen. Now, what I'm suggesting is, I'm not trying to denigrate the power of either one of y'all. What I'm saying is can we, as black folks right now, knowing that, is it a way to have like a moment of penance where everybody said I was doing something else, I probably was a little misguided. I for a long time thought that I should be down with another team until I realized every one of us has our black moment. Can we give people a black moment, an opportunity to atone or to come back to the black community, and then if they say they ain't coming back, then we kick them out of Wakanda? But can we open the doors back up?
Look, we're gonna try to open the doors, but I do think that'd be a hard thing to do. I really think that'd be a hard thing to do. But all one can try to do is keep on trying to do good, regardless of what anybody else try to do. And I think that's how I always focus, because nobody really voted or came out for me political-wise, politician.
Neither did they for Lori either, right?
Yeah, but look, and I ignored it. I just kept on running, and we did what we did.
I'm going to tell you, Dr. Wilson, you inspired some fear and terror in a lot of people on this political side, because what I noticed was nobody black wanted to go against you. They couldn't support you because of the old school, and I'm saying right now, they couldn't go against you because they knew you would win an award. Now look, I'm going to tell y'all what. I would be angry, I would be upset, but because it's the governor of talk radio is in the building, I can't even say nothing. I just got to bow down. So I'm going to just go and bow down and say, look, I'm going to let You know what? Sometimes, I've been talking smack about the elders, but when I want to say that when we got elders that are leading us in the right direction, we got to respect those. So I want to show much love and respect. Dr. Wilson and I, we on the same page, y'all, so don't even try to mess that stuff up. I see Cliff Kelly in the building. I told y'all he wasn't going to retire. He just refiring. Hey, man, Cliff, I'm telling you, you cannot have the morning show. You cannot. No. Because Cliff will come in here and be like, next thing I know, I'll be back walking the streets. Hey, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all what, though. It's always a pleasure to see the people that have put the path down and are fighting on the forefront. So, look, I know I got to get up out of here. They telling me, get away from that microphone. So, for Annette Flournoy in the newsroom, for the Wonder Twins, Sonia Escobar and Sonia Tompkins, for my new co-host, Todd Stroger. Hey, y'all, I got the Reverend Willie Wilson in the studio. And, hey, y'all, coming up next. Because he ain't really here for me. He really here for the governor. I just had to steal me like 10 minutes. Look, the governor probably now I'm probably going to be on punishment. But look, if they don't like it, you can still tell them. May said, we out here. Catch me on Windy City Live today at 1 o'clock. I'm out of here. Peace. I try to keep up, man. I try to keep up.
Man, I'm going to definitely have to watch that, man.
Now we got to get together. We said we were going to get together when I got back in town.
I'm ready when you get ready.
Look at that, y'all. That's history. What's up?
How you doing?
What's up, Governor? Appreciate you, man. I'm going to get out your way. Give me a hot second. Yeah, we need some air conditioning in this bad boy.
I'm still waking up from Tuesday.
You can stay seated.
You still what? Waking up from Tuesday. I got you.
I'm still.
Yeah, he was in there election night.
Yeah. Then I came in the next morning to be with Mason.
Yeah, I know you.
I don't sleep that well.
Hey, sweetheart, how are you? Good.
All right, y'all. This your man, Mace Jackson. I'm getting out of here. I got to go catch me Windy City Live today at